Okay. A couple of things. Lizards are ectotherms, not endotherms. I had it wrong. I wanted to correct myself.
Oh.
I had it the wrong way around. I was also using the term regent for Grigori, but I realized or I looked it up and found that term sort of refers to when there's like a temporary leader that is sort of in charge when maybe if the monarch is like young or absent or something. So I'm thinking maybe he should be a prefect or maybe a prefectus, something like that. It is correct that you don't have advantage when grappling a prone creature, because as Link pointed out, it's grapple is not an attack roll, so that's why.
Oh.
We did carrying capacity incorrectly for Vindaros when you were carrying the young Minotaur boy out the window. You actually wouldn't have made it for a few reasons. Firstly, because you actually would have been over the first notch, because you were on 161 kilograms and the boy was 45 kilograms, and the second notch, or kind of the first notch of encumbrance is 81 kilograms. So you would have actually had -2 to movement.
Oh.
I would actually drop some of the rugs if that was the case. That was our plan going in.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, we can say that you did that.
Yeah.
But you also moved 2 diagonal squares in a row, and you didn't count the second one as 2 meters. So you still wouldn't have made it out. I wasn't going to bring that up, but seeing as you dropped the rugs, you still cheated. No, I'm just kidding. And the other thing was, Angelo showed me some of the details for the 2024 Paladin, and I didn't realize they've actually integrated these new weapon masteries into the class itself, and I really don't want to adopt these weapon masteries. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do about them. I'm not really a fan of them. I'm not really a fan of actually a lot of things that I've seen. I think I have to have a bit of a think about what I want to do. Maybe I couldn't find... I don't think they've released what mastery, because each weapon has its own mastery. Yeah.
So they've listed all 8. For instance, Vindaros has the spear, but those masteries only certain ones relate to the spear only.
Yeah.
And or sword.
Yeah, it's like each weapon has its own. Yeah, I'm skeptical of that. I feel like it'll potentially kind of bog things down even more. I also feel like, you know how in the previous session or the session before that we had that issue where like we wanted to grab those horses by the reins, but it was sort of like, yeah, but you can't because the rules don't let you do it. Like, there's something about some of these new 2024 rules which I feel like are going even more in that direction. And I guess I'm trying to think about going in the other direction and having like a bit more of an intuitive approach. But like, you know, if you make it that like, oh, only this spear can do this particular thing, then now like if anyone else wants to do that thing, it's like, no, sorry, you can't do that. You can only do that with the spear. And I don't know. I'm skeptical of that.
Yeah, I know. Maybe like we're saying that maybe it's a duration period, like similar to how you learn a proficiency or a tool or a language.
Oh, well, that's the other thing I don't like, is that you can just relearn which weapons or which weapon masteries you know on a long rest.
You can switch them out.
And this is like another thing that I'm not a fan of in the 2024 rules, because it's kind of like, I can see it in other like the wizard, for example. You can relearn, you can swap out your cantrips over a long rest, I think. Which I just find it... Firstly, I find it kind of unrealistic, or it lacks in verisimilitude. But the other part of it is that I just feel like it's just sort of part of this like general erosion of like uniqueness and consequences. Like
exactly right.
Like Vindaros is like a shield and spear wielding paladin. Like that's like special because you've chosen that. It's like you've made that choice. That's kind of what he's known for. But like if every paladin can just go like, I'm gonna have a long rest and now I'm a spear and shield wielder, and maybe tomorrow I'll be, you know, a halberd wielder, then all of a sudden like there's nothing special about that aspect of Vindaros. It's just he's just another paladin that can just do that whenever he wants. So it's like, I don't know. It just kind of creates this like grey goo where like the mechanics all of a sudden are like somehow getting in the way more, but are also at the same time kind of like less meaningful at the same time. I don't know.
Oh, no, 100%. It's like, your uniqueness. Like with the wizard, like you learning that style, or you studying that style of magic.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, okay, you're raising the dead for the next long rest or whatever.
Yeah, just any wizard can do that now. Yeah. So it's like, it's just, I don't know. Maybe I'm just stuck in my ways of 2014 version. But I'll show them. No, I'll switch to Pathfinder. I'm not scared. I'll do it.
I think that's about right though, because it makes things less special for the people who've chosen a particular path.
Yeah.
Like it just kind of cheapens the whole deal, in my opinion, as well.
Yeah.
Because then it's like, well, what's the fun in doing this thing?
Yeah, exactly.
Just if everyone else can do it on a long rest every single time, what's the point?
Yeah, and also I'm not a fan of some of the power creep, and I don't like the first level feats, and I don't know. But so I might roll back the offer to rebuild to 2024 characters for now. We can try some of the rules. Maybe it's just kind of wiser anyway to like let other people play the game and like report on whether they like it or not before we adopt it. But actually there's probably only about maybe 6 or 7 sessions left for this first season in Ascentus. So I don't know if it makes sense to like adopt a new thing now anyway. But yes. I forget how I got onto that. Oh yes, Vindaris cheating. I'm just kidding. All right, where are we? Something about, do you remember what happened in the previous session?
We came back to our Minotaur friends. They were having some bad times. Capital B, capital T, trademark. And we helped them out by killing people, and it was great.
I think that's how you help most people out.
Yeah.
I was thinking about that. We're leaving like a trail of smoke behind us, literally. If people come looking for us, they just...
Well, we did all decide to join you on the path of vengeance. Roll with Vindaros. It's just Vindaros' chaos. Bringing it along.
You ruined the Lexitor's plans with Smoke Bomb.
Yes.
Actually, when I was looking back, I realized that the spell that I was going to use, I didn't understand how it worked properly, because what I was going to do wasn't going to work anyway.
Oh.
I was going to use the Enthrall spell, and then I was watching back on it, and I was like, wait a minute. And now I actually don't even know what the hell you would ever use that spell for. I don't know, look it up. It's like...
Is it like make friends or something?
Yeah, but it's like even... I don't know, I don't get it.
I'm Googling it right now.
I think maybe it's like meant to sort of draw everyone's attention to you so that the rest of the party can do something, but it doesn't say in the spell that people's attentions are drawn to you. Like it gives you like an advantage on stealth or I forget. But it's like it still relies on the GM to actually kind of ask you to make that check or ask. I can't remember. I don't know. But anyway, you didn't ruin my plans. But you ruined any other things that the Lexitor could do aside from like burning hands. So it was good. What else?
We still won.
Oh, Vindaris with his trumpet blast to rally the Minotaurs to come and assist the battle.
Oh yeah, and I think we ended on whether they would come with us.
Oh yeah. Yep, you offered them a home.
Yeah, that was an offer that I didn't think through. I kind of realized as I was saying it, I was like, this is not going to work.
Yeah, well, I had to think fast because I hadn't thought of that either.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe it would.
I mean, we could probably make it work, but like on the thought of the way that they live, it's kind of it's definitely a half-baked thought. It's like they're farmers. They're not going to move with you into the middle of the forest where there's no like ground for growing
castle.
crops.
There's fertile castle rearing land.
You can grow some good castles around here.
Just grow it into the stone or something, like, sure.
I also have written in my notes, fizzle womp.
Yes,
Yeah.
the spell for blindness.
Exactly.
I have that here as well, actually.
That was the best thing. I couldn't help but like I couldn't stop laughing. It was so good.
And we got to see skin shrooms, which was fun.
Oh yeah.
I was pleased. And
Finally.
Nuala offered you the Brave Hoof sword, which you didn't want to accept, but she insisted. And I want to give a Yao Mei inspiration for staying in the town hall to protect Aaron Keenhide, because it's a very fitting thing to do for a character based on protection.
And the death
also,
of children.
Sorry?
And the death of children as the backstory.
Why?
Well, I made like he was taken from his tribe after failing to protect all the children of his tribe.
Oh, right. Well, he's making up for it with one Minotaur boy at a time.
Just one.
No, that's not true. You saved all the Ketri kits as well.
Yeah. That's sticking with him though, I think.
But if you already have inspiration, you can give it to somebody else. Except I also want to give inspiration to Retty Longneck for doing such a good job of being the face and translating throughout the session. You can have that when he returns.
I will give inspiration to Twig.
Ah. Thank you.
Bloop, bloop, bloop. Nice.
Where do I? It's all new. It's all new and
It's near the level number. There's a little star up there.
Oh yeah, Anna's using a different character sheet style.
Oh, fun.
You can like switch between them at the top, and I added this module because Anna's on a laptop and it's kind of more what do you call it?
Laptop
I
friendly.
found it.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything's sort of like squished together more.
Squished. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah, I tried to open that character sheet on my laptop before and I was like, oh, this is not working because I can't see everything.
Mm.
All right. So you haven't had a long rest yet, but you spend the evening in Rockhaven, and the Minotaurs feed you, and all of the refugees, and they're very pleased that you have rid them of the Suscan presence in Rockhaven, but the celebrations are much more somber than they were in Arborshire for obvious reasons. And the Minotaurs build the bonfire that's in the village centre even higher, and they make a funeral pyre of it for Bardiga Stonespeaker, the chief, and also for Gunrus Bravehoof, Asuvia's husband. And you watch as it grows dark and the flames burn, and the village elders lead a long and mournful song, and several Minotaurs are beating drums slowly and hypnotically, while a group of younger Minotaurs are sort of performing a tribal dance around the bonfire. And Asuvia Bravehoof is notably absent. But you're reassured that she's fine. She's just resting. And you and the refugees sleep in some of these wood-framed mud brick huts with thatch roofs. They give you ones that were previously occupied by the Suscan soldiers. And it's a little bit crowded, but they give you plenty of furs and blankets, and it's very warm. So you probably get to sleep sometime around 12. And you can all take a long rest. And you've all been fed and watered.
Can I fill up my water skin?
Yeah. There's like a stream nearby that you can go to and fill up your water skins. Everyone can do that. And yep.
Can Vindaros head over to Yao Mei and just put his hand on his shoulder and say, well done today. It was definitely a tough battle, and we didn't know if we were going to get out there in one piece. And at the same time, lay on hands for 15 healing.
Wow.
As he suddenly starts feeling much better physically, he kind of turns and says, "Thank you," and just kind of nods. He's kind of looking on. I'd assume we're kind of looking on at the
Fire.
The pyre. Just
Yep.
in quiet respect, kind of a little ways off.
Yeah, and there's a big, bright full moon above as well. It kind of adds to the kind of somberness of the whole thing. Gives it a bit of a otherworldly feel. And sort of charges the ritual on some kind of difficult to pinpoint energetic level. And it is thankfully not too cold. It's probably about maybe 10 degrees. So it's a pretty warm night compared to what you've been seeing. But it is fairly windy. And you can see these kind of flames sort of, blowing in the wind as these bodies burn and their spirits go to some kind of minotaur afterlife, perhaps. And you can all learn a language for the night. Or for the day. And does anyone want to identify any items? I can't remember if there's any left.
I don't have any.
Maybe I may have.
Gold bracelet.
Gold bracelet.
Okay.
Might be.
So give me not really, maybe just give me an intelligence check for this.
Okay.
And also, wait, do you still have the boots in your inventory?
I have sort of given him a value of 0. Cause yeah, they're for you.
Oh, I'll move them too.
Oh, you moved them? Ah,
Yeah.
I see. Wait, sorry, intelligence. Yep.
It's interesting, when you change your sheet, it changes it on mine as well.
Oh.
So I've got to work out this sheet as well. Okay, Ghost Runners.
Sorry, my foundry's died. My laptop froze, so I'm going to drop out of the foundry for a second, but Zoom is fine.
Okay, no worries. Those should be in your inventory now, Vindaros. And Twig,
Thanks.
11. I'll say that just because this is like a fairly basic gold bracelet, and you've now kind of been exposed a little bit to some currency, and I mean, gold itself is not new to you. We'll say that you have some idea that this might be worth something, and we'll just say that it's worth 12 gold pieces.
Hey, great.
Actually, instead of identifying anything, I actually thought I could maybe spend some time attuning to the Dreadclaw bracelet that I picked up.
Yep, you can do that.
That I'm still wearing.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, so if you attune to the bracelet and you're wearing it, your hand will... Which hand are you holding? Or which hand is it on?
My non-sword hand, so it's going to be the shield hand.
Oh, nice. Yeah, your hand will grow into this big, monstrous claw with these long, sharp nails.
Ooh.
Is this a retractable thing, or is this an I have to take the bracelet off thing?
It's a you have to take the bracelet off thing.
Okay, but does that unattune it, just out of curiosity?
No.
Okay, cool. Then I'll take it off once I attune to it and I go, oh my god, and freak out about my hand for a hot second and kind of show everyone and be like, look! Look what I did! And then I'll kind of copy, I don't know, I'm sure I saw Skara Dreadclaw move her body or hand in a certain way or get in a certain position to use it, and I'll kind of mimic that and kind of mock her for a little bit and go, and then just take it off.
Alright. And does anyone have any unprepared rations on your person? Because those would now, I would say, have expired as well.
Maybe Retty?
Yeah, I think maybe Reddy had some.
Yeah, I think he was carrying all the wheat and stuff that we picked up.
Yeah. You still got those mysterious mushrooms. Alright. So, you sleep for the night. And you wake up a couple of hours into the morning. You stayed up a little bit late into the evening. Perhaps they had some form of alcohol, like a kind of a carver in a bowl or something like that they passed around. Did anyone partake?
I will drink with them, and maybe like do as they do in Twig's tribe, where they pour some over the ashes of the recently deceased.
And they sort of watch and they seem to approve of your actions. They consider it respectful. And as you're kind of emerging from these mud brick huts in the morning, the refugees are sort of stretching and yawning, looking around. Some of these minotaurs are sort of walking around, beginning to kind of get back to their regular life, at least you think for the meanwhile. Until they can kind of work out what they want to do in the wake of the slaying of the Suskins. And as you're sort of getting your things together, Nuala approaches. And she says, is anyone who has the does anyone want to have the polyglot pendant for the session?
Darius will wear it. I'm sure we'll pass it around throughout the next day or two.
Okay. So Nuala comes up and begins speaking to Retty, but he indicates that you are wearing the amulet, and she turns to you and says, Vindaris, is it? Vindaris.
Correct. Yes.
And she kind of looks at Yao Mei as well. She says, the the elders have spoken about your offer, and we are very grateful for the offer to join you at your giant stone building in the forest. But they fear that it is just too much of an unknown. We worry about food and the lack of farmland and such. We may instead journey further south. There is another Minotaur town on the Wayward River, where some of us may stay with distant family, and others of us may be ferried across the river, so that we can head east into South Caledon and maybe look for some fertile pastures there. But I also realized that you might need these as well. And she's like carrying this like bundle under her arm. She kind of hands it over to you. It's just this bundle of things like wrapped in a cloth. And she says, this is to hammer up the longsword. And these are smith's tools. Oh, I think you're on mute. You must have taken the polyglot's pendant off.
Yeah. Some bad reception. That's much appreciated, Nuala. I'm sure we can put this to use. And with your offer, that's fine. It still stands. You know that we're located in the Ghostveil. If you ever need assistance, send word, and we're more than happy to help you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. We will not forget that you are there. It is increasingly difficult to find allies in these lands.
What we've seen so far, it's quite a harsh land, and very difficult to survive. So we wish you all the best in finding a new place to establish yourself.
And good luck to you also. And I'll put these smith's tools in your inventory. I don't think anyone else can carry anything. They should be in there now. But I don't think anyone's proficient with them. But you can still use them. I've got a handout on weapon damage. And so, I think if you're not... Where is it? Attempting to hammer up a bronze weapon without Smith's Tools proficiency usually requires a difficult check. And you could break the weapon. But, yes, that would still be something that you could use to attempt to fix a dented bronze weapon. Also, the Minotaur refugee that has been traveling with your group, whose name is Arefa Earthstep, he approaches you in the morning, and he's kind of rubbing his temples.
Oh, I had too much to drink.
He's like speaking in Savannah Common, and he's like,
I really appreciate what you have done for me so far, but I believe I would like to go with the people of Rockhaven. I have found some kinship here over the evening, and I feel at home with these people.
You can go with our blessing. May you find peace with your kingship.
Thank you once again for rescuing me.
Good luck. I bet you found someone maybe that you liked.
give me an intelligence check.
Vindaros just bumps Twig and little Minotaur babies running around.
He kind of blushes. Says, oh. Perhaps.
Sweet.
But otherwise, they can feed you breakfast, and you can have as much as you as you want to drink before you leave. And then you can head out and leave Rockhaven behind. And so, where do you go from here? Yarnakishla is only about 4 or 5 hours away.
Is there any point in going to see those little spiky guys again? Wait. Wait a second.
Sweet.
Plus I've also got the thing on the
Oh yeah.
that Yao Mei can understand as well.
Oh great. Boundary hasn't updated yet, so I still can't see what's going on.
Oh, lame.
No.
I think we should get the refugees home as quick as possible.
Agreed.
No need
Full
to stop back in.
Yeah.
Yeah, not yet.
Besides, would it cause suspicion if shortly after there are missing Suskin?
What's Suskin?
I don't know. I just have this feeling. Call it a stomach feeling.
I think. Can we have a look at your map, Yao Mei? Can we probably try to figure out how long we've got left to our camp? To the Ghostveil?
I pull out the map and I point out all the things that we've done.
I think your headphones are not working properly again.
Oh, not again. Nothing is working. Sorry, I think it might be my internet this time, because that's why my PC crashed in the first place. So it's being very, very slow.
It's kind of coming in and out.
I'll try turning it off again. Give me a sec.
Okay.
So, looking at this map that Yao Mei's placed out, is there any other points heading in the west direction that we've stopped off on the way? That we've marked?
No, because you need to actually take time to map hexes, and so Yao Mei wasn't actually mapping the hexes. But as in, I mean, there were things that you saw along the way. Trying to remember. Between here and Yarnakishla, you don't really remember there being much. But this map, otherwise just... Where is it? Mostly kind of just looks like what you can already kind of see here. Why can't I find the map? Oh, it's
yeah,
Captain,
I've only
Captain
really
Zaglo's
been
map.
marking. I've only been marking on the way back from Arborshire, so I didn't map on the way through the first time around. So there wouldn't be anything on the map, really.
Well, we can sort of see we gotta go over this way, sorta. Twig is pointing in a direction that is sort of upwards.
Was Yarnakishla also west, or was that southwest from our direction?
West.
Ah, so it's on the way.
Yeah, if you want to take the lonely path or the lonely way, then that's directly to the west, and Yarnakishla is on that path, which runs north along the Ghostveil.
We'd have to head
To the sea.
slightly south to get to Yarnakishla. We're only slightly, like north-northwest kind of thing. North-northeast from there, I mean. So it's only slightly diagonally south from us. So it would be a slight detour, but not that bad.
Well, we could report in to say that we've dealt with Dreadclaw, hence the claw, which was a thorn in their side. Maybe restock with some rations, and then
Do have
head
her head.
back. Yeah, I'm sure they'll be pleased to see that and hear about that. And
Would
then a quick stop, morning tea, and then head out.
That's true. Were they gonna give us some of these shiny golden coins?
Oh, I think they were.
They
I
were.
think they were offering us coins.
Well, I see.
We could buy more things from our fox friend.
Maybe just a quick morning tea, like you say.
Should I keep the claw off? I'm currently not wearing it. My hand is normal.
That may be prudent.
Yeah, I think you could have a bit of a reveal in the tent. Captain Zeklo.
They might try to take it, though, and I kind of like it.
True.
So if I hit it and it was just her hand, but we took her head,
Her head's a decent prize as well.
I'm sure.
But Twig, is that okay with yourself? Are you okay to? They might possibly want to.
I will graciously part with this head that I have borne from her.
Quick detour. How gross is this head?
Yeah, it's been a few days.
Well, okay, but it is a cold environment. Fairly
Still has the
cold.
Mayhawk.
It's been refrigerated, but it's not been frozen. So how gross is this head?
It's been smoked.
Probably a little disgusting.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it would probably be starting to stink. Probably quite a bit, actually. But yeah, I mean, I guess because it's pretty cool, maybe not as bad as it could be, but yeah, you start to smell. Twig seems to stink.
I don't smell it. Why you guys? What do you mean?
And Darius and I are both just like lean slightly away during this conversation. And when a breeze comes, we kind of turn into it and just.
My trunk's up there.
Oh yes, periscope style.
Yeah.
Avoid the bad air.
Always telling me to stand downstream of them.
You'll never know why. All right, so we stop in. We give them the head, finally, and we go back.
Correct. They'll see we've got all the refugees. They might want to cater for us for too long. So
Yeah, if they'll give us rations, that would probably be fine. And then it might only be another couple of days. Maybe tomorrow.
All right, so you can depart Rockhaven and begin heading towards Yarnakishla to the west. Give me a survival check to navigate. And is everyone else wishing to do sort of default roles?
would Ratty be joining us, or would he just be tagging along with these checks, just so we can break up the roles?
Yeah, we can say he can take part. The roles that I've got is Ratty is kind of keeping an eye out, and Yao Mei is navigating, and Twig is scouting.
Yeah, could I do a scouting
Yep.
to...
And Vindaris will assist with scouting again, similar to last time.
Okay. Alright, so the two of you can head further west at a quicker speed than the rest of the group. So give me a perception check at advantage, Twig.
Perception check at advantage, yep. Also, I'd like to mage armor up.
Okay. Yeah, you go and have a look in this hex, and you see a site that you recognize, which is this secluded oak tree amongst these boulders that's in this this little valley amongst some hills, where I believe you camped previously when you first left Yarnakishla. But otherwise, you don't see anything else around here. And you're able to return and report to Yao Mei, so you can roll again if you want for survival. Although 11 will do it. I bet I've been saying, because we're in the plains, it's pretty easy, and you've been here before. So yeah, that's probably sufficient. And you can travel for about an hour and a half. And I'll say that if you do that again, you can continue on much the same for another hour and a half. And the sun is rising in the sky. It's approaching the middle of the day. And you're just kind of walking through these tall grasses. You walk past that tree and those boulders. And it's pretty windy at the moment. These grasses are just sort of bending gently in the wind. And the sky above is blue. It's a pretty nice day, even though it's still relatively cold. And as you walk in this direction, you notice that there is a haze in the sky. It almost reminds you of the smoke that you saw rising from the horizon when you were approaching Rockhaven. But you don't see like a plume of smoke. You just kind of see this like smog. And it's making the sky a little bit kind of, I mean, it's nearly midday, but the sky is a little bit more orange and red than it would usually be. But you can, at this point, pretty much recognize where you are and continue on. It takes you, well, at this point, if Twig and Vindaris want to scout ahead, I will say that you go ahead. And you can see where this, you kind of get a bit of a vantage point on the top of a hill, and you can see further west, and you think you can see in the distance what looks like the Ghostveil. And you can also see just before the Ghostveil, on this sort of plateaued hill, some way from the tree line, this wooden fort. Next to an artificial dew pond. I was trying to come up with a way that they had water previously, so it's a dew pond. Yeah, just this big sturdy wooden palisade made out of logs that are kind of sharpened to points, and you can see like a couple of buildings within that are just sort of poking over the walls. Yeah, this haze that's in the air is kind kind of concentrated above Yalnakishla, the fort.
Ooh.
And how close do you get to this fort? You can see where it is in order to report back, but do you continue to have a look around, or?
Yeah, I wanna kind of see why there might be smoke rising.
If you get a little bit closer, you can see that there are figures moving around the hills. Individuals, several of them, who kind of seem to be sort of, just moving around the hills and kind of bending over and doing something. Picking something up or interacting with something, you're not sure what it is.
Does they look like they're in a rush?
No.
Okay.
But you can't really make them out from where you are. They're just kind of silhouettes, just little figures, maybe like a couple of kilometers away.
And you were gonna say how many there were?
Maybe you see like 12, 15.
Ooh.
Sort of moving around. And they're outside the walls of Yalnakishla.
Okay.
Does it look like this haze is they're the cause of this haze? Like it's emitting from them?
You don't see anything like that. It doesn't look like they're causing the haze, no.
I guess I'll come back to the group and I'll let them know about these figures.
I'll actually say that before you make it back to the group. Before you make it back to the group, you and Vindaros, you turn around and you begin to head back when you hear a sound coming from just over the hill to your left. And it sounds like somebody going like, and you hear kind of some rustling and maybe like a clink of, like it sounds like a weapon or some armor or something like that. The sound of metal.
Vindaros will get his spear ready at hand and just ready himself. Twig, what do you think's going on? Are they trying to whisper?
Yeah, that seems like someone maybe a bit dangerous is out here. I was thinking maybe we go back to the group. Yeah, and I don't know if we want to go into Yalnakishla.
As you say that, Vindaros, you see over Twig's shoulder where this hill is. You see like it looks like a head kind of poke up over this hill and sort of look around, and then sort of dip back below the hill again. And you think you catch that whoever this is has a bunch of spikes on their head and like running down their back. You think maybe this is the head of an Ekin, perhaps. And then you hear more of this like whispering.
Twig. I think I might give these special shoes a run.
Yeah, nice. Good idea.
If you hide, I'll see if I can scout, and I'll be back. Because Vindaros also has the necklace on as well.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So,
good luck.
Vindaros would like to dash, not directly to them, around them, enough to get an earshot to understand what they're saying.
You won't really be able to, like, if you dash towards them, firstly, they'll hear you dashing, because you'll be. But secondly, if you go invisible because of the boots, you probably wouldn't be able to do. You can only be invisible for about like 6 meters.
Oh, okay. Twig, if it's the Ekin, which, you know, I don't think there's too many other people with those. What? Maybe we should approach in a non-threatening way and see if we can find out what's going on. I think they might be hiding from the silhouettes.
Interesting. All right, well, yeah, I can do that. I'll be right behind you.
Okay. So Vindaros, he doesn't want to sneak. He doesn't want to hide from the Ekin. He wants to sort of like keep low away from the silhouettes in the distance.
Okay.
And as he's approaching, he's just like, "Greetings, friends. It's Vindaros and his companions. What troubles you?"
Oh, okay. So you want to
use that.
So you'll have to focus on the individual to be able to speak to them.
Okay.
And I'd say it's an individual that you can see. And at the moment you can't. Where is it? Oh, it's in Ready's inventory. Polyglot's pendant. Concentrating on another creature. I might have to change that to concentrating on a creature you can see, because otherwise you could just concentrate on a creature that's on the moon.
Yeah.
So,
But yeah, I mean, you can like
Still
reach the crest of the hill and look down and focus on that person and then say what you want to say.
yeah,
Okay.
we'll do that.
As you approach this hill and you look down, you see 3 people. One of them is a Ekin soldier holding a spear, dressed in some basic leather armor and a kilt and some boots. And you see a individual who you recognize immediately, dressed in a long grey robe with a rope belt, and his hood is drawn back, and he is a pigfolk with pale pinkish skin and these very small lower tusks. And this is Ophis Glosser. And he doesn't have with him his staff that has the hands and the tongues hanging off it. He's not holding that. But instead, he seems to be sort of in the middle of quietly trying to argue something with this Ekin. And the Ekin is holding a rope. And this rope extends around the neck of a third individual, who is a tall, lanky wolf folk, an Ulven. Ulven male with grey fur and sort of white fur around the snout and eyes. And he's got like a white beard. He looks a bit older. And he's got these piercing yellow pupils, and he's dressed in these long, tattered brown, like animal skins. And he's got like a cloak that's in a similar condition, like a brown cloak that's tattered, and it's got like a hood that has like holes in it for his ears. And he is bound by the hands behind his back, and he also has this leash around his neck, this rope that the Ekin is holding. And he is sitting on the ground, cross-legged, and just kind of sitting there quietly. And as you reach the crest of this hill, all 3 of them look up, surprised. And then, after a moment, Ophis says, "Oh, it is you."
Ophis, what seems to be going on? Why are you hiding out in the fields?
Well, what You first. What are you doing back here? Is there anyone else with you? Did you have any luck in the east?
Yes, we actually found Dreadclaw and got rid of the issue you've been having out in the east. There's and on our way back we have actually caught a hold of those refugees that we're looking for as well. So we thought we'll stop back past Alakishla. But it seems something's astray.
And as you're saying this, Yao Mei and the rest of the refugees emerge. They begin to approach, and they can kind of walk up to the lot of you and look down to see these three individuals who kind of stand up. Perhaps the Ekin kind of like pulls on this leash and pulls the Ulven up. And Ophis says,
"Oh, I see, yes. Our problem in the east, far from my mind now. You see, Yalnikishla has been sacked by the Heron."
What?
We were some of the few who were able to escape.
They must have come in great numbers.
Indeed, they did. An army.
Did many of you... Is it all that remains? Just the three of yourselves?
I cannot say. In the confusion, I grabbed my friend here, Ismail, and this Ulven prisoner who is of great value to me, and we managed to escape. There is a hidden tunnel, but I do not know what happened to the captain or to anyone else. There was chaos. Also, how is it that you are speaking Boorish?
I don't ask the questions. Ratty gave me this necklace, and it works.
his eyes dart to the necklace.
Ah, interesting. Where did you find such an artifact?
It's a loner. I'm skilled. I'm skilled in the shield and the spear. I leave this voodoo up to my comrades.
Very good. I myself would love to have such an artifact. But that is neither here nor there. Tell me, all of you, where do you plan on going? For we, well, frankly, we could use an escort.
Whereabouts were you heading?
Perhaps south to Fort Erymanthius. But it is a long way. And if we run into a group of Heron on our own, we're done for. And plus this wretch here,
He indicates to the Ulven,
could try to break free at any time.
What value does the Ulven hold?
He is a prized hostage. A very powerful necromancer.
I'll be also relating this back to Twig and Yao Mei, or my party.
Necromancer. That's indeed.
Yes, we caught him creeping around our lands about a month ago. We don't know what he was up to. He won't tell us anything.
As you can see, it's very difficult for us with all these refugees, with such a large party. We're heading back to our compound so they could settle.
he looks at these refugees.
Oh, Could they perhaps go back on their own? We must make it to Fort Erymanthius, to safety. I could offer you payment.
I relay that onto the team.
Razi's like, on our own? Are you serious? We'll all die for sure. You saw what happened last time I was in charge. I mean... Well, they wouldn't listen to me. I had better ideas, but, they might mutiny again, and we'll end up in the hands of some other rat folk.
You've got a point, Razi. We don't want to have to come out and save you again.
Why not they... Why? They can come with us.
We can head back out after we return the rest. If they'd like to come with us, it's only an extra day and a bit.
I'll suggest that offer.
I'll sweeten the deal by bringing out Skara Dreadclaw's head.
Would you like the necklace?
oh yeah, gimme. And what about a little bit of this?
Oh, yes, wonderful.
How many of the three throw up?
No, I want to see the necromancer's face. How excited.
The necromancer is standing now, but is looking very frail, and doesn't react. Is just maybe kind of glances over his shoulder, like he's kind of looking around. You don't know why. Maybe for an opportunity, maybe to see if there's any danger. And I'll say the Ekin reacts like, ooh. But also Ophis doesn't really react much.
Oh, good.
I've seen his collection. You're a cultured man, Ophis.
Thank you. It is always good to be rid of slavers. King Smorgon the Ravenous would be glad of it.
And when he says that, the Ulven kind of scoffs.
What was that? My necromantic friend?
He kind of like looks at Ophis and looks back at you and kind of opens his mouth a little bit. Maybe he like starts to give you a bit of a half smile, and Ophis is like,
Don't interact with him. He is very dangerous. Don't you say anything.
When he points at the Ulven this time, you kind of get another look at him, and you notice that there's this strange, like under some of his kind of ragged clothes, this strange kind of greenish glow kind of pulsing. It's just this subtle pulsing greenish glow. And perhaps Ophis says,
He is without his magic, as we have implanted him with a mana fight. But he is still not to be trusted. A very dangerous individual. We wish to capture him. We knew of him for a long time. Then he simply gave himself up to us, the fool.
What is a mana fight?
Oh, it is a pretty disturbing thing of the tree spawn that we have been able to put to use ourselves. It suppresses the restoration of mana. It is a seed that grows under the skin.
Ooh.
Quite disturbing.
Ooh. Yes, it sounds. Like it would certainly cripple him. And why is he so dangerous, though?
He is a powerful necromancer among the enemy, known to us. Part of their military. Fairly high ranking. That is why I have taken him with me. He is of great value and could be used by King Smorgon for negotiating or leverage, perhaps. I was waiting to hear back from Prince Hognar on the matter, just as we were waiting to hear back on the matter of the ruins where you live and whether you may stay or not. But we did not hear word before Yalnikishla was sacked. But if you could... I can see that you have these refugees with you. If we must go to your ruins, perhaps that is a detour I am willing to make for the protection. But we should be careful in the Ghostveil, for the Heron are everywhere.
I see, I'll relate this to the party. Yeah, I think we can... We could probably take them on, yes?
I was thinking maybe it's a good time to head back as soon as possible because they're pretty occupied at the moment. The Heron folk at Yalnikishla.
Yeah, while they're distracted. Yeah, we should leave. I can hold on to this leash if you like.
You are even smaller than my friend Ismail here.
You don't underestimate the small.
Well,
Ismail kind of like sizes you up. Perhaps you
Twig
can
still
watch.
holding Scar Dreadclaw's head while he's having this conversation.
People fear me.
The Ismail says,
Perhaps you could help me watch the necromancer, but I should keep hold of him.
Okay. Oh, very well. The ruins.
well, which way do you propose we go?
Well, maybe we'll bring out the map, and I think we should go this way.
okay. So, yep.
Would they know the area quite well? The soldier and...
Yeah, the immediate area around here, Ismail can, kind of probably direct the group around some hills where you won't be spotted easily. And you can head over in this direction without any concern about getting lost or anything. And I'll even say you can kind of, head over here and sort of emerge on the Lonely Way sometime after midday. Yep.
On the walk, is there any way for me to secretly give this necromancer a carnivore ration?
Yeah, I'll say that as you are walking around these hills, perhaps everyone kind of spreads out somewhat in more or less single file. And maybe kind of walking somewhere near the back, perhaps, or maybe near the front, perhaps, near Vindaros. And you can sort of hang back with the Ekin, who's not paying that much attention. He's just kind of holding this leash, and you can sort of move up next to this Elven necromancer and offer him some food.
Excellent.
And he will wolf it down. And you can understand him. Are you still wearing the polyglot's pendant?
Yeah, I guess for now.
He eats this ration. I guess it's a carnivore ration, yeah? He just seems like very hungry. He's like, do you have any more?
Yeah. I'll give him another.
Another ration?
Yeah.
He'll begin eating that ration as well, and the Ismail sort of turns around at one point, like, huh? And he sort of manages to kind of hide the remaining of the food, and he's like, Ekin's like,
What are you up to?
Keeping an eye out. Keeping an eye out.
Watch him, he is very dangerous.
Yes. Sharp teeth.
And this wolf folk, he after he finishes eating this second ration, he kind of looks over at you, looks down at you, and like sniffs. He's like,
I can smell the scent of an Indigon crystal on you.
Oh,
Who are you?
wow. You're amazing. My name's Twig. What's your name?
Tristan Ævar.
Tristan. It's amazing to meet another necromancer.
Another?
Oh yes. Oh, shh! Don't tell anyone.
Interesting. I would not say that too loudly around here.
Yes. Yes. Don't tell your captors.
What makes you say you're a necromancer?
I've been studying the line of between life and death, and oh, it's so interesting, Tristan. Oh.
Indeed, it is.
Have you been a necromancer for a long time? You seem kind of old. I mean, wise.
Yes, well, not as old or as wise as my master, Fjolmunda Magnus, the greatest necromancer in Ascentus.
Whoa.
I was not wise enough to avoid being captured by these swine.
he indicates it. Ophis.
How did they capture you?
They caught me unawares. Crossing the plains, I did not know the layout very well.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, it's very dangerous on those plains. Have you been a prisoner for a long time?
Yes, many weeks. I am very hungry. They do not feed me well. Yet they themselves gorge. Typical hypocrisy for the swine. And their Ekin minions.
Yes, we've encountered some rather interesting swine prefects or whatnot around here.
He spits.
They believe in nothing but consumption. They think that they should control all of Yggvildemir. Ridiculous.
Is that where you're from?
This is Yggvildemir. The swine call it a centus.
Oh. Yggvildemir.
But they want to rule everything, and not through might, but through trickery.
Have your people been resisting?
Yes. Of course. This was our land long before theirs. And now they come and they try to spread their ways. They want to tax us and take what they didn't earn. They want to force adoption of their currency. It's really just a grand scheme to control trade across Yggvildemir. They want to spread their language as a common tongue, to control how people think. And they want to ban slavery. Ridiculous. But it's just extortion anyway, as they take slaves themselves, but only from those who won't submit to them. They're hypocrites. They say others cannot kill to eat in their city, but they even eat their own relatives when they die. Did you know that?
Whoa.
Yes, this is how they would rule. They say, do as we say, not as we do.
Can I relate this all to the party? Are they near me? This is major.
It might be difficult to relate it to them.
Okay, well,
To all of them.
Yao probably like way at the back, keeping an eye on things, so I'd say no.
Okay, well, bookmarked.
But yes, he's obviously full of vitriol for the swine, as he calls them.
Yes. These are complicated political relationships here. And you're a complicated guy, Tristan.
No, it is the swine that are complicated. Duplicitous.
Yes. I do get that sense.
They say they believe in the circle of life. But they do not live in the world as it is, really. It is all lies.
What do you mean?
Like I said, they want to control everything. You know, they ban the use of weapons and magic, but they themselves are armed and use magic. Ha!
That's a good point. That's a real good point. I might give Tristan a nod and run up to Vindaros and sort of maybe discuss with him what I've just learnt.
It's pretty heavy.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like... Yeah, there's a lot going on. These swine. I don't know, the more we learn about them, the less I like them.
Yeah, it seems like we should definitely keep them at a distance on side. On side. Until we can establish ourselves and really work out.
Yeah, establish ourselves. Become more powerful.
Do you think we can rule?
Oh, Vendaris. That is quite the idea. Yeah, to build a world where we wouldn't have these issues. And these horrible people thinking that they know what's right. And I might give back the pendant to Vindaris, I think.
One day at a time, Twig. One day at a time.
All right. So you can continue following this path. Do you want to continue heading to the north? Or do you turn into the forest?
I think turning into the forest is more direct, and it might keep us out of the line of detection of most of the heron, perhaps. We might still run into smaller groups, but yeah, the cover is probably better.
All right. So, if you're going to head into the forest and leave the path, you'll probably need to make a survival check for navigation.
Can I scout or?
Yeah, you can scout ahead.
Okay.
So if you scout ahead, and is Vindaris helping? Give me a perception check at advantage. Nice. As you kind of head into this coastal forest that is the Ghostveil, and you begin sort of trudging through these ferns and this kind of thick layer of decomposing organic matter on the forest floor. There's all these like tall, dense evergreens and some of these seasonal trees around as well. This forest is much more sort of moist and lush than the forest to the east. And you can trek in here some way until you find a small path. And you recognize this path as one that you traveled on before, actually. And you don't have to go very far before you spot through the trees this old wooden hunting blind. Just off from the path. Made of wood, and it's got this like sort of rotten leaf roof.
It's quite reassuring.
And you can head back to the party and let them know where you're heading. And so if Yao Mei, you want to give me a survival check, you can do that advantage. Nice. Alright, so it takes you a couple of hours to move into the Ghostveil, as it's getting, it's sort of more difficult to traverse this area because of the undergrowth and the trees and everything. And you're starting to feel worn out. You've been traveling now for a good 8 hours. And the refugees are starting to get pretty tired. The zebra folk kind of trips over at one point, like, whoa! They seem like they're kind of struggling a little bit. And maybe also this Ekin, is just kind of like has to like yank on the rope of Tristan, sort of pull him along as well, because he's also kind of looking pretty like. Well, you gave him some food, but he's still very weak and frail.
So we know where the path is in relation to the ruins. Do we remember how long it is before we reach the ruins?
So you remember that the path actually goes to the southwest and kind of like it would be a bit of an indirect path to the ruins.
I see.
It's sort of it doesn't meet up with the ruins exactly. So you could kind of follow the path to the west and then go north to the ruins, or you could just attempt to move directly towards the ruins.
I feel like we're close, guys. Like, I reckon we could just push through and make it. Wait a second. Oh, darn.
What?
Oh, that's the necklace on.
Oh, good.
You passed it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, mate. Twig mentioned maybe we should push on.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think we're close. We can't be far now. A couple hours?
Yeah.
Would you say that? Or would we say a day still? Is that player memory or character memory?
Oh yeah, I mean you would think probably based on this path that if you go directly it should hopefully only take maybe a couple of hours. Maybe
Okay.
4 hours.
I would say even if we follow the path that we know, the one that's I think it's goes a bit west and then loops around to the north, southwest and north, with the chances of it might be a touch longer, but the chances of getting lost are reduced because we've been along that way before, where that wagon was, where the wheel was.
Yeah, if we do that, then we might want to sleep, I think. If we go direct, it would be tiring, but we'd make it today. We could push, but if we're doing the longer way, it's better to sleep. We'll take a few extra hours, I think, so it'll be nearly a full day.
Oh, I think... Oh.
We could, maybe we'll take a vote. With some, yay or nays.
About whether to keep going or not?
Yeah.
Umak is definitely like, yeah, it's like we should keep going. Ophis is like, I don't know about lingering here. And maybe the zebra folk is just like, I'm very tired. I wouldn't mind taking a break.
Okay. Twig, what do you think?
Twig, what do you think? Oh, I mean, what do I think? Well, okay. Feel like, if we just have a rummage around in these shrubs, we could maybe get a good idea of where our home is, and hopefully tonight we could lead everyone there. Yeah.
I think we should.
Okay.
So, Yao Mei, is that a more direct route from yourself?
I can try. There's no promises. I've had some luck.
Okay. So if we're not following the path, we can, I think, like, get a sense for here.
Oh, I didn't realize the vote was between going along the road and... Sorry, I was like looking at something. And going through the forest. I thought it was between resting and pushing on.
Yeah, no, it was between resting and pushing on.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. I think Twig would still say the same thing.
Was that push on?
Yeah.
Let's give it a go. Let's start and see how we go. How we fare.
Yeah. I feel good. I feel powerful.
There's also a fellid that's like, yes, I like the idea of going direct through the forest.
Twig?
Yes.
Yeah, mate, here you go.
Oh, thank you. Twig,
Yes.
could you climb a tree and maybe see if you can see the big stone building?
Oh, yes, that's
Maybe
a great
that will
idea.
help.
That's a great idea. I'll climb up the nearest tree.
From here, you're not able to see a stone building. You can kind of scan the horizon, but yeah, you can find a pretty tall tree, but yeah, you don't see it from here.
No luck. But maybe if we sort of get a bit closer to where it is.
Okay. Well, I think we joined the path here and we continued. We kept down and then. And I'm kind of staring at the map while I like trace my finger along it, and I'm just kind of like, you know the meme of that woman with like the map in the air in front of her, and she's like puzzling it out. That's his face. He's trying to figure it out, and then he goes, "Okay, I think I got this," and we'll try and direct the group in what he thinks is a westerly direction. And we will try and go that way. And with that, I shall roll. Probably do great.
We should scout in that direction first.
Mindaris will head up with Twig.
Yeah, you can head out into the forest a little bit, and you don't see much except for just a lot more of this forest. But you do at one point, I'll say, spot some little kind of delicate looking yellow flowers on the end of these like green stalks, which catch your eye because you think they might be something edible. There's just like a little cluster of them growing amongst some of the trees here.
I might bring these back to Reddy. Feel like he'd know.
So you
Seems
can
to know these things.
if you try
I know these things.
if you try to pull them from the ground, like when you say you'll give them to.
Yeah.
If you try to pull them from the ground, they're kind of like hard to pull up.
Oh, for
Maybe
goodness.
the stalks will kind of like snap off, but one of them kind of like uproots something like.
Ooh.
And you can like pull it out, and it actually looks like some kind of almost like carrot-like thing. And you think actually this is a parsnip.
Oh. I'll sniff at it. Maybe take a nibble.
You take a
It's
nibble?
not bad. Oh, no, pah. Vindaris, you try.
Mindaris takes a nibble.
If you only take a nibble, it nothing happens. You don't feel sick or anything, but it doesn't feel particularly edible. Yeah, you think you need to like peel and soak these or cook them maybe. It's
Put them in a stew.
a bit gross. Yeah.
Put them in a stew.
But yeah, if you pull a bunch of them up, I'll say you can find 2 unprepared herbivore rations worth of parsnips.
Good find, Twig.
Goody. Potions. All right.
But otherwise, give me a perception check with advantage. All right, and you can return to the party with your parsnips, and you encounter them kind of trudging through this dense undergrowth. It's kind of like prehistoric looking forest, I feel like is a good way of describing it. Oh, I guess like this.
Nice.
And
That's twice now you've been able to do that to us.
It's almost like I planned it. And so,
cool.
Yao Mei, you can give me a survival check with advantage.
Yes.
Nice. Okay. So, everyone, give me a con save.
What?
Because you're tired.
Exhaustion.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Sorry, I thought it was the parsnips.
Yeah.
I don't feel so good. Was it the parsnips?
I'm not going to roll a con save for my parsnips. I didn't even eat them.
I would like to use my inspiration,
Okay.
if that's possible.
Yep.
You can save.
Actually, with the inspiration, you can actually see the result of the roll before you re-roll.
Oh. That's
Oh,
pretty
really?
sweet.
Is that
Yeah.
a new rule? Or is
Yeah,
that
it's
always
the
been?
2024 approach. I think it's a way that a lot of people would just house rule inspiration, and I didn't because I'm an asshole. But
But don't you have to then take the results of your second roll
Yes.
anyway if you use it?
yes,
Okay.
Oh.
but you didn't. That's okay. You can go with a 13. You don't have to go with the 1, and you can keep your inspiration because you didn't know. So 16's fine because it's on the left. Okay, so Twig, you gain a level of exhaustion.
Alrighty.
And that should be the first level because you had one before, but I think that would have gone away when you slept, I believe. Yeah.
Oh, I had one before. Okay.
Twig didn't have one. It was Vindaris and Yao Mei that had them.
Sweet. All right. Cool. All right. Some of the other refugees look pretty exhausted. Maybe the Canid is like panting. But you can continue on into the forest in the direction that you think the ruins are in. And as you walk, it begins to get darker. And you kind of look up in the sky, and although the sun at this point is still in the sky, it starts to get darker than it seems it should with the sun in the sky. I mean, there's a pretty thick canopy, but you can see the sun through parts of the canopy. Yeah, it just starts to get sort of unusually dark. And a mist begins to rise up from the ground around you as you begin to walk, as if rising up from the ground. It gets colder. And some of the refugees begin kind of looking around nervously, as does the Ekin Ismail. You continue walking on through here, and you think that you see up ahead, as you're sort of walking, what looks like a path in front of you. But it's a strange path because it's not a dirt path. It seems to be made of like stones, uneven stones that have been cobbled together. And it's kind of partially buried in the dirt. It looks like it's been here for a very long time.
Does it?
Yep.
Does it look like the castle, like stones similar to the castle?
you might think that, except for the fact that you just feel this chill run down your spine as you begin to walk along this path. And there's just something about the atmosphere here. The mist kind of rises up, and there's this almost like this blue tinge to it, this blue and kind of purple tinge to it. And you look up and you can all of a sudden see the full moon in the sky above you. And you look around and the trees have changed. They're a little bit further apart. And they look strange. There's all these kind of blue and like purple plants everywhere. And the ground around on either side of this path, it looks like it's kind of covered in these strange black and blue vines. As you continue through this area, sort of looking around, everyone becomes quite uncomfortable, and you hear like Ophis kind of say like,
"What is this place? Something is wrong here."
And you see up ahead, all of a sudden, that the path seems to lead to something. There is some sort of object kind of sticking out of the ground that seems to be in the middle of the path. And as you walk closer to it, you see that it is some kind of like pool of water. And everything all around you, you kind of look between the trees, you think you can kind of see things like flitting around at the periphery of your vision. And this whole place is sort of shrouded in mist, and it's very shadowy and windy all of a sudden. And you can smell this mix of like sweet smells and rot. And even though, again, you don't think it should be nighttime yet, all of a sudden it feels very much like it's nighttime. And this pool before you is sort of built of the same stone that this path is built from. It's this stone-lined pool. And as you approach it, you can see that there's this like shimmering water in the pool, and it just, at the very sight of it, it makes you feel thirsty. And you can see that the full moon with this kind of subtly indigo radiance kind of reflecting in this pool.
Does the pool seem magical?
I'll take us over to the map.
Ooh.
How high is this mist sitting around us?
It's very dense along the ground, but also kind of coming up. You know, it's all around. So like it's above you.
Above us, okay.
Above and below. And yeah, it's got this kind of strange, like purplish tinge to it.
Yeah, like, yet I feel like the pool is like calling to me.
As you look into the waters from where you are, yeah, you feel thirsty. You don't feel like it's calling to you, but you just, this water is like crystalline and perfectly pure looking.
May I do something?
Yep.
So I would like to cast Detect Evil and Good using my cool ability.
Okay.
Ooh. Does anything feel off using that?
Can you show me the spell? Or
Yeah,
yeah,
I don't think I've actually got the spell in my thing. Oh, yes, I do. And I'd like to approach the pool a little bit, like a couple of steps.
Okay. So let me see. So the duration of this is... So you're concentrating on it and it lasts for 10 minutes.
Yeah, and I'll actually hit the thing to use it. I can't do that. As you kind of cast this spell, you hear something, some kind of... you think, you kind of turn to the left and you think you hear something like kind of running through the trees. And then you hear this more sort of, this kind of giggling sound. Also to your right, you sort of look into the trees again. And you don't think that there is anything present within 6 meters of you. But you can definitely hear something, or some things, kind of creeping around amongst the trees. You also feel, as you approach this pool, that... I wouldn't say that you feel that it's been magically consecrated or desecrated. You just get the feeling, as Twig does, that this is very, very pure water. I mean, what does it mean to be magically consecrated or desecrated? Kind of suggests like a bit of a spiritual aspect to it. How would you define a consecration? Let me look it up. I suppose that could mean it's used for some sort of ritual.
Like it's sacred or unsacred.
As part of a spell, is my interpretation, but obviously that's not the formal definition.
Yeah, you don't get the impression that this is like a sacred or unsacred pool, or that there's anything that's kind of, good or evil necessarily about this pool.
Okay. And how far away is the nearest creature that I can hear currently from me?
It's not that far out of your range, probably only like 10 meters.
Okay.
Somewhere over here.
Well, if I kind of go for a walk, still focusing on, or at least looking towards the pool, if I kind of start moving myself in a diagonal this way, sort of like as if I'm gauging the pool and like kind of walking back and forth a little bit. I want to pretend I can't actually hear anything and I'm just going to focus on what's in front of me while I keep the spell going.
Alright, so...
I would like to see if I can get them within range.
Okay, so as you're doing that, and before you see anything, Ophis steps towards this pool, and he's like, "Oh, what is this? I am very thirsty from our journey."
I don't know if you should...
And Tristan, the necromancer, he sort of like looks around, and he's like,
I wouldn't mess with this place. There's something off about this. It smells like goblins, elves.
Ooh.
And he says that in Boorish, and the Ekin kind of like looks around like,
Goblins.
and Ophis kind of leans down and he's like, "Nonsense!" And he scoops some of this water up and like takes a drink of it.
Oh.
And when he does this, you see this kind of energy sort of radiate around him for a moment. Like, just briefly. And he's like, "Oh, I feel amazing." And you can see as well that there are, just these like tiny little lights falling around you as well. Just these little kind of specks of pixie dust or something falling around you. And it's pretty moist here as well. There's like some droplets of rain, even though it wasn't raining before. And there's like, some like maybe a raven kind of flies across the canopy. And just as Ophis is like, oh, I feel amazing, Yao Mei, you spot something run between these trees just over here, and you kind of see it. It looks like some kind of little person, little creature that sort of scurries from one tree to the next, kind of giggling. And you think that this is some kind of fey creature. You get a very strong sense of that now that it is within your range. Just as you have that realization, these creatures begin emerging from the trees around you. And these creatures are small, long-eared, strange-looking creatures. Humanoids with these like big black eyes and this kind of strange-looking spiky hair. And they're wearing armor, like silver-looking armor, and carrying these strange, like glowing weapons. And they emerge from behind some of these trees. Ooh. Give me a second. This token that I used is not doing what I wanted to do. Just give me 1 second. Alright. And you kind of look around. Some of these refugees that are with you look pretty nervous as well. They're like, they're behind us! They're everywhere! And over here in the middle of this path, you begin to hear this cackling sound. As this small, green-skinned person with big black eyes and wearing this like witch-shaped hat with a broad brim and like a pointy top, carrying this this kind of strange stick with like bones and feathers and things hanging off it. She appears before you, and you hear her in your minds, and she says, "Who trespasses in the Penumbra? How did you get here?" And she points at Lexitor Ophis Glosser, and she says, "You drank from the pool. You all will be punished."
Oh, what?
And you see as these little goblins, whatever they are, begin kind of stepping forward, and they hold out their hands, and these little swords, these glowing swords, kind of appear in their hands. One of them kind of reaches out, and this like glowing like magical bow appears, and it kind of draws back this glowing like purplish greenish arrow and aims it in your direction. And so let's roll for initiative as they appear to be hostile.
Twig.
Yes.
I can't recall who's wearing the necklace, the amulet.
I think you're wearing the amulet.
Okay.
I think I had it last, but I would have handed
Oh
it.
yeah, that's
Oh,
right. No,
okay.
no. Yeah, May's got the amulet.
Sorry, I thought I said that I handed it back, but if I didn't, then that's fine. Oh my god, there's so many of them. I'm going to use my, can I use my inspiration to re-roll my nat 1?
Yeah, you can do that.
Great.
Although, also, oh no, you're not exhausted, but Twig, remember that you should...
I have to make another...
it's just -2,
-2,
I think.
wasn't it?
minus
More than
2.
D20 rolls.
That's right. Is it
how does it
possible
work
to
again?
manually change?
Was it any D20 roll?
Yeah, all D20 tests. Yeah, -2. Yep, I can just change that for you.
Thank you.
And let's take a 5-minute break before we do that.
I actually quite like the map. When
Yeah, it's
you
beautiful.
introduce it and you get like birds flying over it, and I'm like, oh, is that something sparkling in the water? Let me get closer. I want to get closer. There's like a light.
Yeah,
It's really nice.
It's incredible. I want to
Yeah.
live there. Can I like build a little house on that land and just live in that? Might be cheaper than property around here.
Don't mind the creepy neighbors.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
mind some goblin neighbors. I'd be friends with them.
Yeah, it's a bit damp. You got some like rising damp around your property.
Ah, it's like Melbourne.
People wouldn't bother me.
Melbourne mold.
Sydney mold too. You should see my bathroom.
Ooh.
Doesn't have any ventilation. I tried to use my inspiration to reroll my initiative and it doesn't seem to want to let me at the moment. Would you mind helping me, please?
Yeah, if you go to your character sheet.
Yes.
And does it let you roll a well, just give me a dex check.
Okay. No, that's not what I want. Dex check
And
here.
who wants to control ready?
Can I?
Yep. Okay, so a Yao Mei 20. It's a bit better. It's a lot better. Good
Yeah,
use
I
of the
went for a
inspiration.
1.
And I'll give you control of ready. You should be able to move him around now. And all right, Yao Mei, what do you do?
I did not anticipate being first on the roster. I think I will. Oh, I'm concentrating. Let me mark that on my thing before I do anything, actually.
Whoa! Brady has a shit ton of spells. Holy shit.
There's concentration. Sorry, just bear with me 2 seconds.
Like all of them.
Are you just trying to put concentrating on?
Yeah, oh, thank you.
That's all
I
right.
was trying to find it. Completely missed it. I think if I concentrate on one of these goblin creatures, would I lose the spell?
Yes.
Because I have to be focusing on them to use the necklace.
Yep.
Okay. Then what I might do is ready my action to attack if something comes near me.
Okay. Just with your sword?
Just with the sword, yeah.
All right.
And that uses my reaction too, doesn't it?
If you
If I use my action.
yep, correct.
Okay.
I must have made these guys all really quickly. They're not set up properly. Okay. Let me think. Okay, you see this strange little goblinoid creature down here sort of dart over in this direction between the trees. And it pulls out this sort of glowing green bow. And it takes aim and fires a shot at Reddy with this strange fey bow. And it looks like it hits
Oh crap. Okay. Okay.
for 7 piercing.
Oh, ouch.
And it is then going to run in this direction. How far did it move already? 1, 2, 3, 4. It moves down here, and you see that as it runs in this direction, it just kind of fades away. It begins fading away as it's running in this direction, I'll say. Okay. This small, pointy-hatted creature up here with green skin and like long, like sharp, clawed hands. It's kind of cackling. She points at Ophis Glossa, actually, and she kind of screeches out a string of nasty insults. But you can't hear exactly what she's saying, but whatever it is, you kind of get the sharpness of the words. And he kind of backs away like, ooh, and fails. And he's going to take 3 psychic damage. And he is looking pretty stressed out by that. She then... Let me see. Bear with me. She then points at one of you who is nearest the pool. It is Vindaros. And she again begins kind of chanting these strange words. And you see that she holds up, she's like holding this staff, but she also kind of pulls out of this pouch like what looks like an eyeball of some sort of strange creature. And she's just like, and chants these like strange words in this shrill voice. And she is going to attempt to hex you. So where's Hex? Where is it? Ooh. And she then is going to... Let me see. She runs in this direction. Alright, Twig.
Okay, sorry. I am going to...
Oh, also Vindaros, she gives you disadvantage on wisdom. Wisdom checks.
Checks, okay.
Okay, I'm gonna mind sliver. Oh, there she is. This.
Ah, shit. Hold on, sorry. I've done something wrong. I've used 2 bonus actions. My bad. Okay. I'm going to say that she does hex you, but these words that she shouts at the Lexitor, he just looks very concerned, but it's not going to do him damage. And as she runs over here, she is going to actually do something else. Sorry. She disappears as she runs over here.
Oh. Okay.
As you were. Sorry.
I see. Well, maybe I will cast web in where she was, where I last saw her.
Okay.
That's not on the vertex, but if you move it to the left, or to the right one, or to the right,
Yep,
a little
do
bit. Okay. And so...
And so this is the start of their turn, I think, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yep, start of their turn.
Okay. You launch this web, this like small kind of seed of a web through the air, and it lands on the ground and just this web just like spreads out in this whole area.
Okay, in turn.
Okay. Ophis is just he's kind of shocked. He's like, oh, what did she say? She put some kind of curse on me. He like runs over in this direction and kind of comes like face to face with this goblin that's down here. And he's just like, oh, and pulls out, let me see, pulls out his knife, I guess. No, I think what he's going to do is he just kind of, as he's kind of shouting out, he just like stops and he's like, oh, there's one of them in front of me. And he puts his hands out and he is going to cast Burning Hands at this thing. So it'll make a dex save.
Ooh.
But it passes, it manages to just jump out of the way. But it still is going to take half the damage as it gets kind of singed as it's jumping. Okay. And this creature up here, it runs forward a little bit and it holds up its hand, and its hand begins to glow with this kind of like purple energy, and it just draws its hand back, and it lobs this ball of purple energy towards Yao Mei. And it looks like, are you wearing a shield? You are, yeah. Maybe you are able to just kind of get your shield up in time and this energy just kind of off your shield. Okay. This one here is going to, I think, just run at you. Ooh, it's kind of got to run around this bush. And it just comes running down here from amongst the trees, and as it's doing so, this like blue sword kind of appears in its hand. And it's going to swing this strange fey blade at you. It misses, but it's going to follow up with a second attack. But misses again. Alright.
Okay, can I use my reaction to...
Oh yeah, go for it.
Attack?
Yep.
Sweet.
Miss.
Okay. Well, then we're both kind of disappointed.
It's wearing this strange kind of shimmering like green metallic plate armor of some kind. And it just sort of moves its shoulder as you sort of swipe at it. Ching! Your sword just like glances off its pauldron. And who wants to control Razi?
I can control Razi.
All right. Razi.
Can I just, can you come back to me at the end of the turn? If that's okay? At the end of the round?
Yep.
Thanks.
Okay, ready.
Yep. What does ready normally do? Does he get into range? I think he does. And he's going to shillelagh.
So he will say that he's not carrying a shield in that case.
Oh, okay. Oh, this is hard. Okay, so he has his quarterstaff. Oh wait, sorry, it's this one. Attack.
That's a hit.
Whoa.
Nice. All right. And this goblin kind of lets out this hiss as it kind of jumps back as Reddy strikes it with this like crackling staff. Anything else?
No.
All right. This kind of elf-like creature down here that has just tried to jump out of the way of the Lexitors. Fire is going to... it's going to actually run back here. And then it runs... No, hold on. It runs in this direction, and you see as it runs, it begins to disappear. And you notice something moving across on the left side of the pool as one of these creatures suddenly appears from behind this tree here, and you think it may be the same creature. And it runs up behind Reddy and is going to take aim with this glowing green bow and try to shoot Reddy with it. And hits.
Oh, shield? Can I shield?
Yep, you can shield.
No. Okay.
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
Nice. So this glowing arrow just kind of like shatters in a way and sort of dissipates on this magical shield. Like, all right. So this creature up here is stuck in your web.
Dex check to see if he's stuck.
Dex save?
Sorry, Dex save.
Okay. Dex save. 13. What's
15.
Your 15. Nice. Okay. It like tries to kind of move away and finds itself like stuck in these webs. It is going to... How far can this aim? 24 meters is a long way. It actually looks directly at you, Twig, across the pool, and it attempts to lob one of these purple bolts of energy at you. But misses. Okay. Indaros.
He will like to cast Divine Favor on himself.
All right.
And then he'll like to move. Sorry, I'll just bring up the measuring tool before I start moving him around. It was a bit hard to see the squid. Oh, wrong tool.
Remember, you can just hold down control and then you can actually just measure with the movement with the regular tool.
Okay. He'll move to... So I was trying to do those waypoints again. Okay, we'll go. Is that... So on a diagonal, is that still double movement on a diagonal? Or is it
Yeah,
single?
so every second one. So that's... You've moved 3 meters.
Oh, 3. Okay, cool. 3, 4, 5. That's it. Wrong mouse button. Right mouse click. Cool. And to attack that creature there with his flint spear. Fuck. +1. Sorry. +1 for flanking.
Yep. So, as you stab forward with your spear, the creature disappears. And let me see. A different creature appears in its place. It's wearing like slightly different armor, and it's taller, and it has like grey hair rather than green hair. But you still pierce it with the spear attack, but it is like a different elf. So give me the critical damage. Oh, it has to be within 4 meters of it. My bad. Hold on. Oh, my bad. I screwed up. It's got to be within 4 meters, so it can't do that. It's all right. You may kill this one instead. And 20 will definitely kill it. It kind of like flickers a little bit, like it sort of flickers a little bit as if it's kind of like trying to like disappear or something, but it remains there, and then you can. And as it falls to the ground, you watch as its body begins to kind of fade away, and it actually disappears. Its body disappears. Anything else?
Sorry, and with Razzie as well.
Oh yeah.
If we go back to his turn, he'll be like, where is he gone on the map? He's like, oh, there we go. Sorry.
Hiding.
He's like, I'll protect you. I just hold his flint spear action. Thanks.
Okay. Yao Mei.
All right, back to it. Now that one is dead, what I'd like to do is start heading in the direction of this little guy. So that's 6. Hell yeah. And I'm going to attack him. Mr. Old Guy.
All right.
I'm so sorry, my internet is really slow, so I hope this roll actually shows up.
Yep, 20 hits.
Oh, cool. All right, let's try this then.
All right. 5 piercing. And it's just like...
Nice.
Okay. And this creature down here was running towards the sort of edge of the forest, where as you kind of look out here, it looks like the forest is sort of fades away into the mist, and you see it kind of fade away as well. And Yao Mei, you hear something moving to your north, and you can see this creature that's like running at the same sort of velocity emerge from the north, and it runs down here. And it is going to lob another one of these motes of energy at you. And this one hits for 9, I think it's lightning damage. It just kind of like explodes on you and just... and you are stunned until the start of your next turn.
Oh, shit.
And I'm going to have to roll a concentration. Which was a 13.
Nice. Okay. And... let me see. You hear this this cackling coming from the area of where these webs are. And you see this, like, you don't see a creature, but you see... actually... Okay. But you see this, like, puff of smoke.
Huh.
And... she is going to... where is she going to go? She's going to come at the magic user. So she appears here. And she's no longer invisible. She just kind of like appears in a puff of smoke. And as she appears, she's like running towards Tristan, who is looking very frail, and he kind of like backs up.
Stay out of her way. These goblins are nasty.
And she is going to... let me see. I think she is just going to dash at you, Twig. Alright.
You're gonna dash at me.
Yeah, she's gonna dash at you. And Twig, your turn. This small, she's like probably a little bit smaller even than Twig, green-skinned witch just runs at you, and she like has just got this. Maybe she like drops this this kind of stick that she's carrying, and you just see her kind of brandish these long claws. She's like swiping them in the air as she like runs at you.
Oh dear. All right. Damn it. Well, I'm gonna take my chance. Fuck. Am I gonna take my chance? Yeah. Okay. I'm take my chance. I'm gonna run, take the up attack.
Okay, yep. She will swipe at you as you just try to... oh!
That was not a good gamble.
Okay. She does...
oh my god.
24 slashing damage.
That is really not a good gamble.
Shit.
Goodness. She is strong.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Ice Knife at 2nd level at her.
Alright.
Okay. I'm gonna attack.
Yeah, that's
okay.
a hit.
That's a hit. Okay, good. I'm gonna attack normal damage.
Alright.
Hit or miss, the shot then explodes. The target must succeed on a dex saving throw or take 2d6 cold damage.
Okay. Target takes the damage. Hit or miss the shot, then explodes the target and each creature. Okay, sweet. So she'll make a dex save as she tries to kind of jump out of the way, and she is able to.
Can I silvery barbs that? Or I can't because I've already done a spell.
Yeah, because it's your turn, you can't use 2 spell slots
yeah,
on the same turn.
Darn. Okay.
Interesting.
Is this guy still here, or did he run up to the top of the screen?
No, he's still there.
Oh, okay. I have 1 meter to go. So yeah, end turn.
Alright. The Lexator is going to run up behind her. He kind of collects himself, and he holds out his hands, and he doesn't have his staff. That's okay. He pulls his knife out, and he does much the same as Vindaros did in Rockhaven. He kind of slices his hand, and this drop of blood pours out of his clenched fist, and as he does this, he kind of furrows his pig eyebrows and utters these like raspy but sort of loud, like echoing words, and he's going to cast Bane. And what's the range of it? I should have checked. 6 meters. Maybe he's going to run a little bit further before he does that. Oh, I feel really unprepared for this combat today. My bad. He's going to cast it on this witch. She passes. And he'll target this goblin here. Was it 6 meters? I'll say he moves over to here. Oh, it passes as well. And I think that's everyone that he can reach. Okay. Luck is not with me today. This goblin over here is going to generate this blue glowing sword and swing back at Yao Mei. And Yao Mei, you're stunned. Does that give him advantage? I can't remember. Let me see. I mean, it hits anyway.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, it would have advantage. So I'm just going to crit fish. Okay. It does.
22 really doesn't hit, actually, just because I'm cool like that.
So 7 slashing, and it's going to make a second attack at you as well, also at advantage. But that one misses. Okay, Razi.
Nobody wants to fight me. I'm too strong. He'll just hold his action. I'm looking for it though.
Okay, ready. Everyone's running away. They're afraid of me.
Okay. Reddy's gonna come and shillelagh this guy. Oh.
All right. $26 hits. All right. 9 bludgeoning and magical damage.
Oh yeah, can you cast Healing Word?
Yep.
On Yao Mei. Ooh, I can cast it at a higher level. Does that give it more healing?
Yes.
Oh, good.
It should do it automatically if you hit the healing button.
Oh, I see.
All right. Who was he healing?
Yao Mei.
Okay. Oh man. What is the deal with my computer? Why am I having so many troubles tonight? Okay. All right. As this goblin sees Reddy kind of turn around and cast this healing spell, it's going to try to take advantage of Reddy being distracted and swing at him. It hits for 9 slashing.
Okay, sorry. Is his feature Halo of Spores? Did he have to activate that? Oh no, it's a reaction.
Yeah, it's a reaction when a creature moves into the space or starts its turn there. So yeah, you can use that.
Can I? Yes.
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay. So damage.
It fails.
Okay, and Reddy will take this damage.
And it just kind of like shakes its head. You see these like big pointy ears kind of flopping around. It's like it like sneezes like but it is going to take another swing after it gets that sneeze out. And it hits again. For another 7.
Oh my god.
And it is then going to dash away into the trees before Reddy can do anything to stop it. He's already used his reaction anyway. And it'll run over to here. Okay. This creature up here is still stuck in these webs. I guess it's just going to stay there, and it'll throw a bolt at Ophis. And hits for 7 lightning damage, and he's also stunned. Okay, Vindaros.
Okay. He'll like to make his way to 5, 6. And then he'll like to dash.
Right.
Using his boots. Activating those boots.
Oh, he can be invisible, I guess.
Visible, yeah.
Nice. Invisible. And I can't even remember what I wrote. How long does it last? Until the start of his next turn? Where are they? Invisible until the start of your next turn, or until you make an attack or cast a spell. Okay. Yao Mei, you are able to snap out of this stunned condition.
Yes, I shake off whatever the heck just happened to my body. Kind of like shake my shoulders loose a little bit before I go back at it with the sword. And I know that Vindaros is invisible, but do I get flanking for that as well? Because he is right behind this guy?
Yeah. Yep.
That's just +1, isn't it?
Yep.
Cool.
You just miss.
That's okay, because I'm going to use my action surge, which allows me to attack again.
Nice. Miss again, unfortunately. It's just kind of like dancing around and sort of like laughing at you, like just jumping out of the way of your sword each time.
It's okay. I'll stare it down. I'm ready. And turn.
Okay, and this goblin back here is going to continue running. It'll go through this bush, so it'll be difficult terrain. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's going to run over to you here, and it generates this blue sword and swings it at you. And nobody has flanking anymore, because you can't flank a flanked creature. It does 4 slashing, and it'll try to hit you again. And looks like it hits you again. And you got to make two con saves as well. And that one hits you for 5.
Can I instead just allow the spell to drop?
Yep, you can do that.
Cool. Then I'll do that and I'll take concentration off.
Okay. All right. This green-skinned goblin with the pointy hat is going to continue chasing you, Twig. And I'm worried this could get ugly.
Okay.
Where am I? Okay. She is going to claw you. Hits.
What is that? Oh, silvery spoon.
Okay. Come on.
Oh.
Ooh, miss.
Okay.
Okay. But, and... Okay, she is only going to hit you once with a claw. But she is then going to kind of curse you with these horrible sounding words.
She dropped her staff or something. Or does she not need that?
She doesn't seem to need the staff.
Okay.
So give me a wisdom save.
Wisdom save. Okay. Oh, can I use my inspo?
Yep.
Wiz save. Normal.
Nice.
Okay.
All right. You steel yourself against these strange energy-sapping words. How do you respond?
I am going to bring out a potion of healing and drink it. How much is that?
She is going to react and try to knock it out of your hands.
What?
And I forget how I said that this can be done. I think... I can't remember. Let's just Dex versus Dex. So give me a flat Dex check.
Dex check? Is that an ability?
Yep. Ability check. And you have to beat... Oh, nice. Okay. You only have to beat 3.
I have to roll this at disadvantage.
Okay. Why disadvantage?
Because I'm exhausted.
Isn't it? Is it...
Ability
Should be
checks.
just -2.
Yeah, -2, I think.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
That's alright. You still
got
pass.
confused.
So she kind of like tries to knock it out of your hand as you like...
Okay. Thank God. Okay. Healing.
And she's used a reaction to do that. Alright.
Healing. So I get the sense she's used a reaction.
Yeah, I mean, she's kind of mid-swipe and sort of overextended. You feel like you have an opportunity to quickly duck away if that's what you wish. You won't be able to move right through the tree like that, though.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
And turn.
Okay, the Lexitor is no longer stunned. And let me see. I didn't set up these spell slots correctly. Just give me a second. Okay. He is going to move over to here and he's going to attempt to cast Bane again. This time on all 3 of these goblins. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, so fail. The first one fails and the second one fails. Okay. This goblin is going to take another swing at a Yao Mei. Oh, crit. Uh, 15 slashing.
Oh no. Oh boy.
Okay, Razi. Might be on mute if you're talking, Angelo.
Yeah, sorry.
That's
You're
all right.
like Razi, I'm like, oh shit, that's me. Razi will be like, I'll save your Twig,
Oh, Frozzy.
but not go any further, even though he can. He'll just take a few more steps.
Okay.
Ready his action.
All right. Ready.
Can Reddy use Cure Wounds on himself?
Yep.
Okay. And that is a action, isn't it? Okay.
Yep.
Okay, good.
Nice.
Healing. And Shillelagh is a bonus action. You should have done. Ooh, Flame Blade. Sorry. Maybe come
Come back here?
maybe come back.
Okay. This goblin is going to run over here and it is going to attack Umak. It swings at him with its sword. And this could be very sad. Whoa. This is kind of fun.
Oh,
Okay. Umak is still alive. And he's
Oh,
kind
my
of backing
baby
away. He's like,
Umak.
oh, oh. Okay. Krish is going to sort of gather his resolve and he jumps over here to attempt to save Umak. And I believe he should have a spear. Give him a spear. Okay. And he's going to try to attack this goblin, but misses. Okay. This one up here that's baned is going to try to struggle free of the web. What does it need to make? A strength save or athletics?
dexterity.
Is it to get out of the web?
Sorry, strength. Strength is right.
Strength check?
Yes.
I think. Okay. Strength
think so.
check. And I've forgotten what the hell Bane does already.
Minus 1d4 to attacks.
Thank you.
And saves. What's the saves?
Oh, okay, so not a check.
Oh, it's one or the other. Sorry. Oh, actually, let me have a look at my screen.
Where did Bane come from? Ophis has got it. It is attack roll or saving throw. Okay, so it's just normal. Oh, it manages to escape. And it's going to run up in this direction. Okay, Vindaros. You appear again.
I'll like to attack that creature there
Alright.
with his flits, with his spear. Wait.
That's a hit.
Cool. Damage plus 1d4.
Nice. You spear this thing like right through this like strange green kind of magical armor. Your spear just like pierces the armor like and as you pull it back you just kind of see this kind of sparkling green blood kind of and this thing's like, but it's still standing, but it's not looking good.
Okay, you're right. And I'll like to move into that position there.
All right.
Enter.
Yummy.
I would really, really like to use my action to disengage
Okay.
and move away. Just kind of get over here. I'll
right.
end my turn there.
Okay, Ismail is also, he actually lets go of Tristan's rope. And he bravely runs over to here and attempts to attack the witch with his spear.
Oh.
And he actually hits. For 3 piercing. And he tries to shove her with a shield. Alright. Interesting. So I guess it's just a athletics check versus the witch. She is going to kind of turn around and just like push him back. And he is like barely able to stay standing. And he's completely unsuccessful as she just kind of pushes back on his shield and sort of cackles at him. Okay.
Sorry. Is it okay if I have the rest of Reddy's go? I sort of stopped halfway, but...
Yeah, I'll say because it's ready and you don't know ready, we can do that before the end of the round. That's all right. No, that's
Thank
fine.
you. Because I think okay, wait. Did we start a new round? Because I was still looking at his sheet.
Oh, yeah, we did, but that's okay.
Okay. Thanks. So he's got one hand free.
Yeah.
So he can reach in and grab a sumac leaf. And cast Flame Blade.
Okay.
You
Like
cast
green?
Flame Blade?
Oh, Flame Blade.
Okay. So you evoke a fiery blade in your hand. And then... Oh, no, sorry. Then you have to use an action to make a melee spell attack. Okay, sorry. I misunderstood it. Maybe ignore me.
Yeah, I mean... Yeah, I haven't seen how this works, actually.
I think it's like Shillelagh and stuff. Like... Where it's a bonus action to cast and then an action to do the melee attack.
Yeah, well, so he's cast it, and then he's just holding it while he's concentrating on it. But the only thing is he's got this quarterstaff in his right hand. Yeah, I don't know. He could potentially drop the quarterstaff and summon the flame blade.
Because he's holding this like spell component in his left hand?
Yeah, he could drop the quarterstaff and then summon this flame blade.
See.
And then he could run in and attack, I believe.
Okay. No, because he already used an action in his.
Oh, I forgot this was like part of the previous turn.
Sorry. Okay. Maybe he'll just cast it.
Okay. All right. This creature up here is going to make a couple of attacks at Vindaros. It hits for 8 magical slashing damage. And you need to make a con save.
Yep.
Oh.
That's all good.
So you lose divine favor. Oh.
Oh, good.
And it'll follow up with a second attack. Oh, shit, man. I'm getting some crits. Okay, another 12. 12 slashing. Okay, this witch is...
Oh, actually, sorry.
Yeah.
That had Bane on it. That should be minus 4 on the attacks.
Oh, nice. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I forgot already. Okay, so the first one, that would have missed you then? Where was it?
What was... I can't remember.
That was 22. No, that would have
Was it
still hit.
22 with 8 damage?
Yeah, that still would have hit.
Okay, and then it crit, which would have still been a crit, I guess. Well, but it might have
minus
missed.
1d4. It could miss.
Yeah, it could miss.
And it's half the amount of damage as well.
So it only
Because
does
it's
19.
double damage.
So wouldn't it still crit though? I'm confused about that.
No, I think because it's part of the initial roll, it's a d20 minus 1d4 that you roll at the same time. So I think it would have ended up being a 19 and not a critical.
Even though it's still kind of rolling the... Yeah, fair enough. Okay. Feel free to give
That's how it
yourself...
works.
Feel free to give yourself back like six health for that
6
one. Then,
points.
in that case.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay. What is this witch going to do? She sees Reti brandishing this sword, and she also sees Vindaros up here kind of attacking a couple of these creatures. Yeah, she's going to run in here and attack Reti. With her claws. Hits every time he hits. Pretty intense.
Doesn't he still have the shield up?
No, he has no shield. Oh,
The shield spell?
It's
shield
only
spell,
lasts
yeah.
for 1 round.
Oh, okay.
But when did he cast shield? I can't
Like
remember.
first round, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So 8 slashing damage. And she is then... I think that's all she'll do. Okay. Twig.
Okay, Twig is going to cast Wither and Bloom. Here.
All right.
Is that possible? Okay.
Oh, yeah, it'd need to go on a vertex like that.
Yep, that's good. Okay, so I'd like the witch to make a Constitution saving throw.
All right.
For DC 15. Okay, on a failed throw, she takes this much damage.
Okay.
Okay, and in addition, one creature of your choice that is in the area can spend and roll one of its unspent hit dice. So I'm gonna have Reti roll an unspent hit dice.
Nice.
How do I do that? Hit dice.
How do you do that in the middle of a... I guess if you go up to the top and go long... Oh no, because if you hit that, it might...
Reset my spells.
What are his hit dice? How do you tell? Let me see. Maybe just give me a d8 and I'll drop this down. Oh, hold on, I can roll it this way. I'll roll it for him.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
5 hit points. Oh no, it includes this con. All right. Anything else?
No.
Okay. Ophis Glosser is going to cast Burning Hands at 2nd level. And he's going to probably move over here a little bit and try to get these two pixie-like creatures with it. So they're going to make a couple of dex saves. And this Bane affects a save, doesn't it? So the first one will have minus 1d4 and fails. And the second one passes. Okay. So they just kind of see this big, kind of rotund pig folk priest in these grey robes just kind of step forward and just go like, "Go back to where you came from!" And just this fire just like streams out of his hands at these two creatures. And the first one, the one closest to him, just basically just is turned to like ash and just kind of like disappears in the flames. And the second one just sort of like tries to like turn around and dives out of the way, but is just like caught up in these flames as well, and is like severely like burnt down one side, and is looking pretty bad. And let me see if Ophis has anything else he can do. He then is just going to sort of, after he does that, he like turns away and runs back this way. It's not dead, I didn't kill it. Okay, Razi.
Razi's like, "I'll save you, Umak. Be careful of my kick." So first he wants to he wants to attack with his flint spear first.
Okay.
Ooh.
Miss.
And I'm winding up for my kick.
Miss again.
Damn it.
I should have done my stretches.
I'll remember to limber up next time. Ready.
Ready is... I realized he couldn't actually cast that bonus action last time, so we'll do it this time. And then he's gonna make a attack with this flame blade.
Okay.
Okay, don't consume. I just need the attack. Okay. Please hit.
17. Okay. Yes, that's a hit.
Okay.
Nice. 16 fire damage. She just emits this like scream of pain. She's like mid cackle. She's also like and she's looking pretty bad now. Pretty burned. And bloodied. I guess she's got this like big gash down the front of her face as well from this flaming sword. Does Reddy do anything else?
No.
Okay. Alright, this goblin down here is going to... Ooh. Alright, he attacks Razi. And hits. For 7 slashing damage. Oops. Hold on. Oh, did you apply that, Angelo?
Oh, I applied it, yeah.
Oh, sweet, cool. And he'll follow up with a second attack. Which also hits. For another 5 slashing.
Ouchie.
And seeing that it is kind of surrounded at this point, it is going to duck away, and it just kind of disappears into the mist and appears up here. Okay. This guy just looks around.
Where did it go?
And this goblin up here is going to run down here. 2, 3, 4, 5. And attack Yao Mei with its sword. Ooh, Yao Mei. Not looking good. Hopefully it misses. Okay. It's gonna follow up the second attack.
Oh no, please don't.
Oh, it hits.
No! I'm unconscious, basically.
Oh.
Yeah.
Does that take you
I'm
down?
unconscious.
It does take you down.
Yeah.
Okay. And it just like, as you kind of fall to the ground, it like jumps up on top of you and sort of like dances on you, like
this little shit.
Vindaros.
I love the vibes.
Okay. I am going to. He saw his friend go down. What's he gonna do? He is going to. He's going. What am I gonna do? I'm not going to disengage. I'm gonna actually move.
Okay. So it'll take a swipe at you. This glowing sword. Nice. It misses.
Does it din its sword?
You don't. You're not sure.
Not sure. Could be a magical din. And lay on hands. Yao Mei. Now, how much do I have? For 10 healing.
Okay.
Thank you.
And 1, 2. And turn. Thanks.
Okay. Yao Mei.
All right, I am lying on the ground, and I'm not doing so well. But what I will do before I get up is I will use my second wind. I'm going to heal myself. Another 8 points.
All right.
Before I get up. And I'm not going anywhere. I'm just going to straight up attack the goblin that hits me. I admire the grit, the tenacity, the mischief. But I would like to. Ooh. I would like to use a maneuver as part of my attack. I'm going to do this first because I'm on this page. And I would like to bolster the resolve of Vindaros as a thank you for helping me out. So you gain 5 temporary hit points before I attack. There we go. Which doesn't do anything.
Yeah, 12 misses.
And I'm going to end my turn there, just looking real annoyed.
Alright, Ismail is going to run after this cackling goblin witch and try to strike her with his flint spear, or jab her with his flint spear, but he misses. And yeah, he'll try to shove her with his shield. Actually, he'll follow up with a second spear attack first. And that one hits. And actually does 8 piercing damage. Oof. And yeah, he's then gonna try to shove her. And she kind of turns around as he like stabs her in the back. But he successfully like smashes her and like pushes her this way with his shield. She kind of like stumbles back, but she doesn't fall down. He's like not strong enough to make her fall down. Oh, actually no, she is small. My bad. He does make her prone. He knocks her down. Okay. This goblin over here is going to run over to here and attempt to hit Vindaros a couple of times with his magic sword again. And that hits. It's like, where you going? Where you going?
And Vindaros will like to respond with his reaction with his polearm.
Nice.
So if someone enters his space, he can use it as a comp attack.
Should do that before the 9. Maybe you'll kill it. That hits. Oh, it's not quite dead. So you take the 9.
Okay.
Take the 9 slashing, and it's going to follow up with another attack. And hits. Only for 4.
No problem.
And it is then going to just kind of jump back over here. Giggling all the while. Okay, this witch is going to stand up. Yep.
Can she take spore damage?
Yes.
Okay.
I can't remember what it is, if it's a con save.
Sorry, yeah, let me just try and find it.
Halo of Spores.
Yeah, Hail of Spores, here we go.
Okay.
Constitution save.
Con save.
Oh,
Nice.
nice. Damage. What is versatile? Okay, I guess it's not anything.
It might be because when he has his symbiotic entity going, it can do more damage. I think that might be what it is.
Oh, okay.
Okay, 2 damage from the spores. But otherwise, she stands up, and as like Retty kind of unleashes these spores on her, she is going to point at this Ekin. And she cackles and she drops, because I think she's got Hex on Vindaros, which has been useless. You feel this dark weight lift off of you, Vindaros, as she drops concentration on the Hex. And she is instead pointing at this Ekin, and her voice becomes very loud and shrill, and you can almost like hear it inside your mind as she speaks these strange Fey words that you don't understand. And this Ekin appears to be trying to resist her. He's almost kind of like forced to take a knee as she kind of points at him. And he's going to make a wisdom save. And he fails. And she then says, well, she yells something out to him in Fey, or some kind of language, Goblin perhaps. You're not sure what it is. But he then kind of like stands up from the position of taking the knee, and kind of like, you just see this strange look kind of come over his face as he turns his attention to Twig and Retty. And begins as if to move in your direction, readying his spear. Twig, what do you do?
Okay, move here. I'm gonna do my best to try and break a concentration. Oh my god.
Miss.
Okay,
And that also is a spell surge. So you take just 1 force damage. As this spell kind of blows up in your face.
Wait, I have something here that will absorb it.
Oh yeah, of course. You have this purple
Magic
crystal.
Indigo crystal.
That Tristan has referred to as an Indigon crystal.
Yes.
Oh, you've switched your character sheet again to like the default.
Yes.
Okay. So it will absorb this then, and where is it? You can just give it, actually, it'll move up to like a 6th charge.
Oh, nice.
Awesome. Okay. Anything else?
Damn it, no.
Okay. Alright. The Lexitor is, as he's kind of running away from this goblin that's like come in his direction, he sort of turns around and he's going to attempt to curse this thing with some magical curses. He's going to make a wisdom save. But it passes. And let me see. He has a bonus action. Nope. He is just going to continue running away as he's kind of like swearing and yelling at this thing. And while this is happening also, Tristan is kind of trying to, he's kind of free as this Ekin has let go of the rope, and he sort of runs in this direction, and Ophis like sees him. He's like, you're not going anywhere! And he kind of like jumps on him and like tackles him to the ground. Just a strange sight, this kind of like, this pig folk in this cassock just jumping on this tall Ulven necromancer. Razi.
Umaka, scare them away. Just ready in action, in case anyone comes closer with his flint spear.
Okay, ready.
Oh, sorry. Yes. Ready is going to hit again with the flame blade.
That's a hit.
Okay.
Nice. How does Reddy kill this goblin witch?
Oh, he grasps the flame blade with both his hands and like comes right down through the top of her skull, through her little hat, and burns her skull.
And you just see this like flame kind of leap out of her eye sockets as this like knife goes through her skull and like pops out the bottom, and all of this flame kind of goes up the side of her face as she's just like and she like continues like cackling even into her death, if that is indeed what happens to her, as she sort of drops to the ground and her body begins to disappear.
She's disturbing. And okay, he's gonna be like, ugh, oof, and cast bonus action healing word on Bendaros.
Alright.
Oh, can he?
12 meters.
Maybe he'll move a little bit closer after that.
He won't be able to move there because he's on a tree. And I guess he can see from there. Alright, so 8 hit points to Vendaros. Okay. This goblin is going to run down here, and it is going to attack somebody. It's going to attack a Yao Mei. And hits. not too bad. Just 4 piercing, and slashing, I think, actually. And then it will follow up with an attack against Vindaros. But it misses. And Krish down here is just kind of looking around, unsure what to do. He sort of like runs in this direction, like holding his spear, and he's sort of looking around.
Where'd they go? Where are they?
This goblin up here is going to also attack Yao Mei.
Minus 1d4.
Yeah, actually, it is going to... let me see. It's actually going to disappear. It goes invisible. And you can hear its footsteps kind of running away. To the north. And I think that is what we'll do for the moment. Okay, Vindaros.
Vindaros will like to use his cast Divine Favor, again as a bonus action.
Alright.
And then attack the goblin in his reach.
Okay, 15 is a hit, but the goblin disappears as you hit it. And it's going to swap places actually with the invisible goblin, which is kind of strange. But you've already hit, so I'm just trying to think, like... Does it say... It becomes the target instead. When a creature the subject can see targets it with an attack. It's kind of interesting because you've already like hit it with an attack. And so I feel like maybe it would need to react. Maybe I'm doing that. I'm not sure what I intended it to function like. Because I was doing it that way, I'm going to say that it is able to swap, because I think that's what I actually meant it to do, but we'll say that you can just attack it, so you still hit it.
Okay.
And it'll become visible as you hit it. It's a bit of a dubious decision there on my part, I think maybe. I'm pretty sure I intended for it to be able to react to a hit, but I've worded it as like when you target it. Anyway, I'm not sure. But yes, you're able to do this one some pretty serious damage. It just like appears in front of you as you're like stabbing it. It's like looks very shocked.
They're so ruthless.
Anything else?
End turn.
Okay, Yao Mei.
Yeah. I guess I'm gonna take go off the back of that. As soon as that creature appears, I'm going for it.
All right.
See how well it goes.
That's a hit.
Yay! I managed to hit one.
Seven piercing. Alright. Not quite dead.
And that is it from me, folks.
Are you currently wearing the Dreadclaw bracelet on your left hand?
No, I haven't put it back on.
Oh, okay, so you've got a shield.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. Alright, okay, so now this Ekin down here is actually going to run after you, Twig. And it...
Oh no.
You just see this strange look in its eyes. It's just got this, like, blank look. And it actually attempts to... Oh no, sorry, the witch is gone. Never mind.
Yeah. Oh, good. Oh, my goodness.
It is like running at you with its spear, with this strange look at it in its eyes, and then you just see it as it kind of like, it's like, huh? Well, what was happening? What? And it just kind of stands there awkwardly, looking confused. And, okay, this goblin down here is going to give up on Ophis and turn around and run back here and, actually, it's going to use one of these Fey Bolt. Because I like them. And it hits, targeting Vindaros. For 11 lightning damage, and you're stunned. Until the start of your turn, I believe. Yep. And...
Sorry, did you take a D4 from that?
No, sorry, I keep forgetting. Okay, so it probably wouldn't
I keep reminding
hit
myself
in
to
that
say
case.
something every time they attack, and I keep forgetting to.
Okay, it missed. My bad.
Ooh.
How
Thanks,
much
Tara.
damage? 11.
Sorry about that. Okay, it misses. This ball of like lightning energy just kind of smashes into this plant here. And it is going to, as it kind of sees that it's missed, it's going to just run over to here. Okay, Twig.
Oh. Twig is going to cast Toll the Dead on the guy here. Looks like he's hurt already, so he needs to just make a DC 15 Wisdom saving throw.
Which one is it, sorry?
This guy, with Yao Mei and Vindaros.
Okay. It's beyond the range.
Oh, sorry.
So he'll have advantage on the...
Oh,
I'll
can
save.
I move? Yeah.
Does that work? 12.
Yep.
Okay, nice. Alright. And minus 1d4.
Oh,
Where did that result go?
no, it's here. 1.
Oh man, weird. Must have hit something. Okay, so it takes 3 damage. It's still alive, but it's kind of like pushed to the side a little bit, and nearly sort of topples over as this sonic energy hits it in the side. Anything else?
In 10.
Okay. The Lexitor is just sort of wrestling on the ground with Tristan Razi.
Everybody, I scared the witch away. She is gone. Thank you for assisting Ratty. And just have an action.
Alright, ready.
Okay. Ready is far away from everyone. He will... For some reason, the measurement tool is not working.
I was actually having
With
trouble
ready.
with it as well.
It's just with ready.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why.
Oh yeah. That is very strange.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Can't go through the tree.
Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You wouldn't be able to go that far, I don't think, because every second diagonal. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no, yeah, he can do that. My bad.
Okay.
Okay.
And I guess he'll just dash.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just still brandishing this flaming blade.
Yes.
Alright. Okay. This goblin is going to try to lob another one of these Fey bolts at Yao Mei. Misses. And
Is that the spell surge from him?
you don't see anything like that. It just like shakes its head.
Okay.
Okay, this goblin is going to attack with -1d4 against Vindaris. And still hits. Just for 6 slashing.
That was against me?
No, Vindaris.
Okay.
But this one will be against you. And yeah, Vindaris, you gotta make a con save.
Oh, yeah.
And it misses Yao Mei. Ah, shit. You lose it again.
That's alright.
But it's your
No
turn.
favors here. No gods here today.
That's always God, yeah. That's his will. That's his way. He will attack with his flint spear again.
22 hits.
Cool. Damage. So that's gone.
Nice. That kills it. And you stab it with such strength that it kind of like dies in mid-air and like disappears on your spear. Like.
And he'll actually like to move. Oh no, sorry, that's the second one. And dash to there. Oh,
Okay.
no, actually, I'll use my action. Sorry, the action was the attacking.
Okay.
Yeah, and turn.
All right, Yao Mei.
Okay, sorry, I'm just trying to check who's left on the board. Just the one, from what I can see at the moment. So yeah, I'll also head in that direction.
Just
All
one?
right.
No, there's this one.
Oh yeah, I can't see him on my map. He's like right at the very top.
I see.
Really?
Yeah, I'm zoomed in too much, I think.
Okay.
That's on my end. It's user error. In that case, can I actually walk that back and head in his direction?
Yep, that's all right.
Because I would be able to see him. Trying to move off map. Okay, there we go. And then I will go for my sword again. So sorry, I'm having a bit of a glitch at the moment. Here we go, and
It's all right. I'm having a bit
Okay, it's working.
of a night as well. That misses.
oh well, in turn there.
Okay. This guy is still kind of recovering, but he begins sort of moving in this direction to see what he can do. This goblin down here, I'm just looking at this like swap places feature. I think maybe I kind of got it originally from some other creature and modified it a little bit. I think probably the idea probably should be that when you target it, so when you say you're going to attack it, I guess, before it. I don't know. I feel like maybe I did that a little bit incorrectly, but it doesn't really matter. You just managed to stab it anyway. It is going to, as it's kind of running in this direction though, this one is going to lob a Fey bolt back at you, Vindaris. Oh, sorry, it's -1d4, but it misses anyway. And it is going to run in this direction, and it appears over here. Twig, you just kind of see this like goblin with all of this sort of sparkling green blood coming out of various wounds on its body, sort of emerge from the mists to your left. What do you do? Oh, it just runs into your arms so you can kill it.
I am going to toll its little ears off. Hopefully.
right.
The DC 15.
I like it. It's looking over its shoulder, like looking at Vindaros as it's raining, and it just runs straight into.
Yeah. Passes.
Nuts. Okay, well, in that case, I'm gonna move away from him.
Man, nerds.
There.
Okay. The Lexitor is still wrestling on the ground with Tristan. He's like, it's gotten like real kind of like brutal and physical. The Ophis is just sort of like punching Tristan in the face while Tristan's like kind of reaching up from the ground, like strangling him. He's like, oh, it's getting like real bloody and brutal. Razi.
He'll be like, "You two, quit! None of this foul play." And just watch.
All right, ready.
Oh, ready. Ready is going to also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and Flame Blade. Flame Blade. Come on.
That is a hit.
Yes.
Almost certainly he's gonna kill this. Yes.
Flame Death.
It just kind of appears to almost turn into steam as this blade just goes like right through its body. Just like cleaves it in two.
Oh.
Alright, Krish is not sure what to do. Vindaros.
Vindaros will make his way across here. 6. And then he'll like to dash as well.
Okay.
Invisible.
Nice.
Ooh.
Enter.
Okay, Yao Mei.
Time for me to make a dash too. Bye, Retty.
This thing is
Six.
on 1 hit point, so it's who can kill it first.
I'm not getting to it first. I just want to put the pressure on him. And then there. And I'll end my turn there.
Okay. This guy is confused. Why is everyone running over there? He doesn't see the goblin. Okay. The goblin. Should I run the other way? No, it's...
Oh my god.
I think... Yeah, no, I can't really do that. Okay, it is going to turn invisible.
Oh, dang.
And then it is going to... You hear it kind of like running by you, Vindaros. And you... Let me see. It's going to attempt to hide. We'll see how it goes. 13. What's your passive perception? 11. Okay, you lose sight of it. As does Yao Mei. You're not sure where it's gone. Twig. So you can try to search for it with an action.
Do I have to be near it to do that? To be here.
I think you can just kind of, as long as you can theoretically see.
Can I just propel my spell towards where I think it might be?
Yes. Well, yeah, I mean, does it say that you have to see? It depends what spell it is.
No.
Okay.
Firebolt.
Just at a creature within range. Let me just have a look here what to do exactly with this situation. I've gotten myself into a... I don't know what I'm doing. Because it's like invisible, so... But you would have known where it was going, because you could have heard it running, so it must have like stopped in order to hide, even though it's able to hide in plain sight.
I was just gonna blindly poke and maybe not get it.
I think actually that... I think that probably because of that fact that you could all kind of hear it running away. Even if it's hiding, you know where it was when it stopped moving and tried to hide. So it is here, but it's invisible. So you've got disadvantage.
That's here. All right. Well, disadvantage it is. Ho-ho!
Nice. It appears just as it goes up in flames, and it's just like, and just kind of, when it appears as well, it's just kind of like standing there like this, like trying not to be seen, like trying not to move or anything. And it just appears and like, and then like falls to the ground and disappears. And almost instantly, as it disappears, all of you open your eyes, and you are all lying on the forest floor, as if you have been asleep. And it is sometime in the early evening. You can see the moon up above, shining down through the canopy, and the stone pool is not here, and everything looks normal. There's no mist, there's no strange blue and purple plants, and you can kind of like stand up and sort of collect yourselves. Like Razi is just like, "Oh, I had the strangest dream."
Let me guess. You killed a witch.
How did you know? Are you peeking into my dreams?
Do we have any injuries on us?
Yes.
Oh.
Yep. As you kind of sit up, you find yourself, several of you quite injured. And you also see a couple, I'll say, even of these goblins. As you're kind of opening your eyes and looking around, you see a couple of these dead goblin bodies lying on the ground around you. But they disappear moments after you sort of see them.
Oh, I was gonna say, loot him real quick. I want glowing blades. That'd be so cool.
Yeah, is there any residue of something around their bodies?
As you look around for some sort of residue, you don't find much, but you then see something glinting amongst the leaves.
Ooh.
And you can walk over to it and pick it up, and it looks like it's a ring. It's a small, very shiny, silvery ring. And just a plain silver ring, but it's like especially, like it looks like it's been like really, really polished. Even in the darkness below the canopy, it's just kind of really shiny.
Ooh. Does it feel magical?
Feel magical is... You can give me an Arcana check if you want to see if you can remember if you've seen something, or if there's something about it that you feel might be magical. But
Okay.
you can't like sense its magic or anything like that unless you have a spell to do that.
Okay.
You feel like based on the fact that it's like very shiny and that it seems to have been left behind perhaps by these goblins, as Tristan referred to them, that it may indeed be magical. But you haven't seen anything like this before. You're not really sure what it would do.
Does anyone want this? It's magical. I might inspect it. That suits you. Okay.
You can do that.
Is Tristan and Alofa, what's his name?
Ophis?
Ophis, yeah. Are they
Yeah, so
Still-
they both wake up and like Ophis is like asleep on top of Tristan, and Tristan like is also asleep, and they kind of both wake up and they're like,
What the?
Do they, as they wake up, do they both like knock heads?
they kind of Ophis kind of crawls back a bit and is like, oh, they're kind of too confused to like continue fighting. And I'm glad we didn't lose any NPCs. I thought maybe like Razi or like Umak was going to die for a second there.
Razi wouldn't have been that bad a deal. I would have cried if it was Umak.
Yeah.
Razi's got like decent hit points actually, but Umak not so much. He was getting pretty close.
He's squishy. He just wants to see his wife.
Oh no.
He's not cut out for this. We're so close. I would have been. That's why I would have been so upset. Like we're so close.
Yeah, fully 5 kilometers away from his wife.
Literally.
Oh, I wish
like,
it had happened
so
though. That would have
sad.
been epic.
Oh my god.
You even said it when you attacked him as well.
Yeah.
You got excited.
I might kill him, but I was like, no.
Oh, it just would have been like memorable. It's not that I want him to die.
It would have been. It just would have been devastating emotionally. See, I wouldn't have minded if Yao Mei died as much as I would have minded if Umak had died.
Yeah, you can roll up another character, but if Umak dies, he's
What's
dead
his wife
forever.
gonna do?
Yeah. Oh.
Continue to search for him in the forest.
Yeah, literally. That's so sad.
Endless.
By the way, I got up to 16 pages. I'm down to here on this page.
So, Twig, when you have a look at this ring more closely, you actually see that on the inside of the ring, there is a really finely and beautifully engraved pattern of flowers, sort of interlocking flowers around the inside of the ring.
Can I put on the ring?
Yeah, you can put the ring on.
Does anything feel different?
No.
What if I say some mystical words and wave my finger around?
What words do you say?
Fizzle womp.
That's kind of interesting, actually, because I guess that is perhaps a word in Druidic. So I'm going to say that actually, as you do that, you're waving your finger around and you say fizzle womp. You feel this strange sensation in the palm of your hand, and you stop waving your finger around and you kind of like, oh, and you look down at the palm of your hand, and all of a sudden, the flesh in the palm of your hand kind of parts way, and it causes you like a kind of it's not pleasant, it's like a stinging sensation, but it's not that painful. And something grows out of your palm, and this stalk comes out of your palm and like unfurls, and this like flower like blooms like out of your hand.
Cool.
So I was wearing the necklace, and I was just talking to Twig wearing the necklace. So I was focusing on Twig. What does fizzle womp mean? What do I understand that word to mean now?
It's a magical arcane collection of syllables. It doesn't have a sort of a translation.
Damn, I really wanted to know what it meant. And I'd impress people by saying fizzle womp. Nothing would happen.
Well, there's nothing stopping you from saying it.
I'm gonna pull it out later. when they least expect it.
You might bring forth a flower into this world.
Yeah, so Twig, you have this flower sticking out of your palm.
Is it dangerous? Does it look like a dangerous flower?
It just looks
Could
like
it kill?
a very pretty flower with yellow petals, perhaps.
It's a parsnip. Interesting.
That'd hurt to pull out of your hand.
Yes. I'm gonna try pull it out of my hand.
Yes, you can pull it out of your hand, and as you pull it out, it doesn't hurt. It's actually very relieving. That kind of strange stinging feeling goes away, and your hand immediately kind of heals behind it. And you're left with this flower.
I see. Thank you.
And I'm going to roll a d6. 3. Interesting. Okay. Very, very interesting. And we'll end the session there.
That is the most concerning way you could have ended that game.
Your sinuses start playing up.
You develop hay fever.
No, cursed flower.
All right. Okay, so I'll award some experience points.
And I'm now 2/3 of my way through page 16 of my notes. Thanks to that.
That was 2/3 of a page?
Well, I had about a third done, so it just took up another
okay.
third of my page.
Okay.
Fizzle womp.
I literally wrote says fizzle womp. I wrote T says fizzle womp. Palm of hand tingles. Flesh parts stinging. I know it's very detailed. But they're not full sentences.
So you fought well and hard against these strange
They were difficult.
elvish creatures, these goblins. Yeah, that was a pretty difficult fight. And you... What else did you achieve? You ran into Ophis and Tristan. Okay. I will give you... 15-20 XP, so what's that? Yao Mei, Twig, and Vindaris. There you go.
Ooh.
Thank you.
Hmm.